Content warning. The podcast you are about to hear is very spicy. Today, your host will be going into graphic detail of the events occurring in a Serbian film, as well as real-life atrocities committed by and in Serbia during the 1990s. Listener discretion is advised. Lisa likes her meat rock hard.
You will be given a test to determine your ability to withstand shock.
Well, look who's here.
This is the night when fear and horror walk hand in hand.
Do you feel up to it?
The most terrifying form of evil is that which lurks within the human mind.
Rated X.
Welcome to What the Fuck Are You Watching? We're a weekly movie podcast discovering the disturbing, the extreme, and everything in between. I'm your host, Chris, and this is Lisa. She's pretty cool.
Oh, hello.
Sometimes.
Glad I'm cool today.
We're also joined by Bo. He's pretty cool as well.
I'll check this out.
Lisa,
Chris.
I have to ask you. I was walking over to the fridge to, grab a water or something, and I noticed you watching. Pretty sure somebody was fucking like a baby or something. So, do you mind telling me what the fuck are you watching?
I mean, did you see what the baby was wearing, though?
It's
Yeah.
a slut baby, dude.
Had a short skirt.
Oh my god. I, unfortunately, was watching a Serbian film from 2010.
Hell yeah.
Deceptively old for how high quality it, seemed.
Yeah, 2010 seems old.
Well, we've seen some more recent stuff that didn't look as good.
Uh-huh.
I know, dude. This movie looked good.
Yeah.
It did. Unfortunately.
This is a recommendation from our friends at the Graveyard Club podcast.
Yeah.
They cover horror movies over there too. Check them out. And they recommended this little slice of depravity just for us.
Thanks, grave hags.
Yeah.
This one is a heavy hitter, to be sure.
It is. And Chris and I have seen it before.
Yeah, this is one of the very few extreme movies that we have watched before starting this podcast.
And it was another one that kind of influenced starting the podcast. We were just watching messed up movies, and Chris decided to do a podcast about it.
Woo!
I reached out to one of my friends from that era to ask her if she remembered at all when we watched this, because I was pretty sure that was the group of friends with whom I watched this as well. And it was back in 2012, the first week of 2012 we watched this.
Man.
So
That's
12
a
goddamn
long time
years
ago.
ago.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think this one has one of those, reputations that kind of preceded. I have heard for, I think, almost years before I watched the movie about the dreaded baby scene. And, it was so bad, before we watched it, I had to warn Lisa. I felt like I needed to warn Lisa, hey, this might be fucked up. There's a baby.
Yeah, he did warn me about this movie. And I really questioned whether I even wanted to watch it or not. And finally I was like, okay, fine, I'll watch it with you. And it wasn't nearly as bad as I expected.
That was going to be a qualifying question I asked. Do you suppose that's even the worst baby fucking we've seen so far on this podcast?
It's kind of weird to say that that's not our first newborn porn.
Well, it's definitely not our first newborn porn, but did this one seem even worse or not?
More effective, yes.
I think the context.
This one was a lot more this one was a lot more disturbing.
This one definitely looked almost more realistic than the one we saw before. It definitely looked better special effects wise. So I think it probably was a little more impactful.
It was also intimated that this newborn was
Yes.
alive still.
Yeah.
For sure. And you also had the mom over there, like, laughing.
Our first newborn porn I think we seen was in a slow torture puke chamber. And it was ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that one was... Was that the one with the
Yes.
water baby?
Yeah.
Not the, like, home birth baby,
Uh-huh.
but, like,
Yeah.
baby
Yeah, that
doll
was
you
the
fill
water
with
baby.
water.
Yeah. And it ended up getting, like, stuck in a blender and stuff.
And the first time that we watched a Serbian film, I thought the baby looked a lot more fake. And then this time, these 2 times that I have rewatched it in the last couple of days, I thought it looked more realistic. Maybe it's because I saw the shitty baby in slow torture puke chamber.
I don't know, that baby looked realer than his hard dick.
Yeah,
Realer. It looked realer.
Looked realer.
it did.
It looked more better than...
It did look more better.
Yeah.
Sure did.
Hey, can I have that blanket you're sitting on?
Yeah, I farted all over it, though.
Oh my god. I just want to sit on it. Oh my gosh.
Oh, we're going down.
Eat
I'm
it.
yelling timber. You better move. You better dance.
I want to help you, but I don't
Let's
know
make
how.
a night.
Take your fucking
You won't
blanket.
remember.
That's so much help.
I'll be the one you won't forget. That was from the American poetess Kesha,
That's why my headphones are fucked up.
Yeah.
influenced
That'll
by
do it.
the worldwide poet
Oh my god.
Height Blay.
Dude, my phone got like launched somewhere.
Oh shit.
It did leave the mortal realm. It's on a different plane, and it's dark here. Yep. Oh, we've been resuscitated.
Thanks, Chris.
Hey, you're welcome. Anytime, Liz.
Next time, maybe try just like standing up and giving me the blanket.
I thought I could do the fucking magic trick with the tablecloth kind of thing.
Is that what is that what started this? I did look like because whatever you did pretty much immediately launched the cell phone, so all I saw was, I said, God, I thought he was just grabbing his fucking blanket.
Yeah, dude. Bad time.
I'm sorry. We really have to get into this movie.
Yeah, let's fucking get on with it.
Yeah, I don't even know where we were.
You had told us what we were doing. We asked if it was the best baby fucking we'd ever seen.
Oh, yeah.
All right, a Serbian film. This one's directed.
And in case we haven't already made it clear, it is a very intense movie. It's another one of those that maybe we should include trigger warnings, even though we don't do that.
That's what the parents' guide's for.
Okay.
Get fucked, snowflakes.
Yeah.
This is not a safe space.
Wait for the fucking parents' guide, children.
Okay.
If you feel safe, you are an idiot.
All right. So,
Okay.
This one's a Serbian film. This one's directed by Serjan Spazajevic, written by Alexander Radovijevic and Serjan Spazajevic. I'm fucking trying. I feel like they were too easy, and I probably just fucked them all up. Anyway, starring Serjan Todorovic, Sergej Trifanovic, Jelena Gavrilovic, Gavrilovic.
I don't know. I'm no help.
Oh, good old Gavrilovic. I told Chris that this was my favorite part of the podcast, and when I was preemptively reading some of the names, it reinforced that for me. Well, because this region is notoriously like there's a lot of consonants.
Yeah, I was like, I'm no help with any of these names. I don't know how to pronounce any of these type of names.
We've got a weird relationship with Jays.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of Vicks.
Yeah.
A lot of Vicks. The whole country's a Vic, according to our antagonist.
Yeah. And also Slobodan.
Slobberdon.
Slobodan Bestic.
I love slobbering on the best dick.
Yeah.
It's Slobodan Bestic. Okay, whatever. Yeah, fuck.
That's Marco.
That's Marco.
I love all of it. I love all of this.
Let me give you a little storyline here. I gotta check my fucking headphones, dude. I think they're fucked up right now.
Would you like me to sing you a song?
Maybe. I got you a little synopsis here. This one's from Claudio Carvalho, though, from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil.
Slobberdon.
Carvalho. Oh, Claudio Carvalho from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. In Serbia, the retired porn star Milos is married with his beloved wife, Marija.
Hot.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I didn't know her name. All of my notes say wife.
I thought it was
I didn't
Maria.
know her freaking name. Well, that's probably what it is.
Oh.
Whatever he was calling her is what her name is.
Anyway, they have a little son, Peter.
Mm-hmm.
Petar. That is their pride and joy. The family.
Is he called Peter because his legacy is dick?
Well, he's got wheels in his balls, I think. He's got like.
Strange metaphor, that.
Just fucking peeling out in his pants.
Oh my God.
The family is facing financial difficulties, but out of the blue, Milos is contacted by the porn actress Layla.
It's Americanized.
Who offers him a job opportunity in an art film. Milos is introduced to the director Vukmir, who offers a millionaire contract to Milos to act in a film. However, Vukmir neither show the screenplay nor tells the story to Milos. Milos discusses the proposal with Maria and he signs the contract. But soon, he finds that Vukmir and his crew are involved in 6 snuff films of pedophilia, necrophilia, and torture, and there is no way back for him, and maybe it's too late to protect his family.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Thanks, Claudio.
Yeah. This film has been banned in only 7 countries.
Yeah, I've seen so many different...
Yeah.
I've seen 40-something. I've seen 7. I've seen 9. I don't fucking know. I don't know.
Do you suppose it probably followed the trend where like everywhere banned it and then everyone was like, well,
Yeah.
Yeah,
probably.
and then like different cuts come out and then all of a sudden, no, it's not banned anymore. So
Yeah.
who knows what the real deal is. Yeah, I guess we'll get into a little parents' guide action.
Okay.
If you didn't know, this is a pretty spicy movie. A lot of problems going on here. A lot of sex problems.
not the hard dick kind though.
Sex and nudity. This one's severe. Fuck, there's too many things to read.
Yep.
It's
Sex and nudity is severe. There is dicks, boobs, lots of sex.
Heads coming out of vaginas.
Fuck. Oh God.
Okay. A man stands completely nude in a room and sees another man clothed, feeling and inspecting an unconscious woman's naked body. He then squeezes and pats her behind.
Well, don't say pat. That seems playful, almost fun. There was no patting going on.
I was like, I don't even know what fucking part they're talking about there. Like,
I do. It was where she's
Okay.
all black and bruised and fucking when it's his turn, he like kicks her over.
Okay.
I recall, because I also would describe that as a pat, but contextually, that makes it sound less intense than it actually was.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's why I was like, what?
A man stands naked in a dark room. He hears a voice, turns around, and we briefly see his penis and butt.
We see a lot more of his penis.
Do we think his half-hard dick was really his dick?
I don't. There was that one point. I think he's just fucking walking around naked in his house. I don't know. I don't think so.
No, because I
know the hard dicks weren't real.
Yeah,
that was pretty evidently
there's
prosthetic.
super obvious fake dicks, but then there's like some kind of real looking dicks.
I don't know, man. That first shot we get of him walking in his house, it looks really huge. And I was like, I don't think that's real.
Violence and gore has also been rated severe. A woman on her knees cries as a man slaps her in the face several times. Another man then punches the slapper.
Oh, no.
Not quite.
A man urinates and blood comes out. He winces.
Yeah.
They mentioned these, and are we self-editing as we read?
Yeah, I'm reading the fucking goofy ones.
Okay.
I'm just reading
Yeah,
them.
It's the
like
ones that they choose to point out, or like the real mild ones.
No, there's like a million on each
It's
category.
literally everything that ever
Yeah, we
happened.
can just...
There's
Yeah,
like
they can fuck off with all that.
40 different entries on here.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a spicy one for you. A woman stumbles into a room, bleeding from her left chest and vulva. She falls on the
Left
ground
chest.
and dies.
Ma'am, your left chest is out. Don't you hate
A
it when
man
your left
punches
chest falls out?
Not my left chest.
I'm gonna start calling my balls that. Oh God, my left pelvis is out.
A man punches a bloody woman once in the face/head to knock her out. We only hear a punch sound, and we see him punch at the camera. Hell yeah.
My God.
Profanity's also been rated severe. Approximately 67 uses of fuck, 11 of shit, 5 of pussy, 4 of whore, 3 of bitch, and 1 of cunt.
Oh, man. That's what we like.
Fags? What about fag? The fags don't make the cut. See you later, fags.
Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty
that's
sure is what
it
she
was.
said.
Yeah, I was like,
And
I
I
can't
made my
remember
day.
exactly what it was.
I felt seen.
Well, homophobic and racist terms are occasionally used.
Oh, there we
okay.
go. Homophobic is included there.
Alcohol, drugs, and smoking has also been rated severe. Cigarette smoking is also seen.
Oh, no.
Milos sometimes drinks whiskey.
Oh, man.
Sometimes. Every time I turn around, he's got another fucking glass of rye.
Yeah.
A man appears to be out of control due to drugs for much of the movie. A bag of weed is briefly seen on the floor in one scene.
Pearls clutched.
Yeah.
Frightening and intense scenes. That's severe as well. This film's concept is extremely terrifying to think about actually happening. The film is very realistic. It portrays how men, women, and even children are sexually abused every day.
Does it? I don't think this kind of thing's happening every day. I don't think this is the normal how people are being abused daily.
Yeah, fuck, I don't know.
It portrays that there's a market for it.
Well,
I guess so.
the beheading rape scene is very disturbing and graphic as well. A woman is violently sodomized and beaten. She's then decapitated, and the man continues to rape her dead body.
You can't rape if it's not rape if it's dead, right? Don't take that
I think-
corpse's
Did her
right to
spirit?
choose.
Did her spirit consent?
Don't take her agency.
I think necrophilia over
Yeah, that
overrules
supersedes the rapey.
like it was
Okay,
rape
no.
up until the point that he cut her head off, and then it turned into necrophilia.
Well,
Yeah.
okay. I might agree with you if he wasn't already raping the woman
Actively
while
raping
she
her?
was alive, and then
Semantics.
she dies mid-rape. You're raping that dead body, guaranteed.
I like to start an argument over semantics and then yell semantics as my Trump line. Carry on.
The uncut version has an extremely graphic, sustained scene involving the rape of a newborn baby.
We gotta
This
stop
scene-
using uncut to describe film. I'm so sorry to interrupt you, but it only makes me think of penises.
Well, I mean, this is one of the movies I think we're talking
Yeah.
about penises.
Yeah, that's true.
There's going to be an even uncuttier version coming out through Unearthed Films.
version.
And I would like to petition that we call the movie the Uncircumcised Edition.
Yeah.
It's going to add, like, I think a few more minutes to the movie. Stephen Byro said it was going to add, you know, a little bit of everything. Some of the, not just, you know, the crazy parts.
Not just one scene. It's
Yeah.
going to be like adding to a bunch of scenes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So look for that, and also look for the documentary coming out, hopefully soon.
It's still in production, according to the stuff I saw.
Another little fun fact for you. Maria, the woman that plays Maria, does a lot of voice acting. Jelena
It's a great voice.
Gavrilovic.
Chef Boyardee?
Gavril. I had it one time.
Gavriolic.
Gavriolic.
Gavriolovic.
Yeah, that's it.
Giovanni Versace?
So what has she done?
The woman that played Maria is the Serbian voice actor for Elsa in the Frozen movies.
Oh,
Oh.
nice. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I wonder, did the songs get translated as well? Surely they did.
I don't know. Probably. I mean, it was like a dubbing situation.
Well,
so-
that one was big budget enough. There's another ladybug in here.
Hell yeah.
No, it's not like standard. Like a lot of times dialogue will get translated for films, but not the actual music.
Oh.
Okay.
But that one, I'm sure Disney can afford to translate all of Frozen.
True.
Bo, you mentioned the soundtrack. You said you were researching the soundtrack.
Sky Vilka, apparently one of a 3-piece in a hip hop trio
Oh.
that was active from like 2008 to 2012, but also works on a lot of solo stuff.
Oh,
was-
is that it right there? Balkan sex god?
Yeah.
The main theme of this film, we'll call it like almost like trip hop trap. So it didn't surprise me at all that he was like a hip hop or influenced by hip hop, because there are some really great fucking beats in this song or in this film, and I'm obsessed with the soundtrack. I think it's one of the better ones we've heard so far.
Hell yeah.
I think it's good. I think we were listening with these headphones, and all of the parts where it was just like him sitting alone thinking and the music was playing, and then you would have these little like almost like beeps, and then almost like the laser gun sounds that Chris has mentioned before, and
Yeah.
it was like driving me fucking crazy with these
So-
headphones.
We can't necessarily blame like scoring on him, but we can blame the actual music bits on him because he actually composed the music.
Yeah,
Like sound effects and scoring was probably someone else.
I see.
So I would hate to besmirch his good name with the laser gun sounds.
Yeah.
Well, I think it was just.
Well, and I was like, when I rewatched it today and I didn't actually have the headphones on, I just set them over on the microphones and use them as speakers. Without the headphones on, the sounds were not nearly as bad. But with the headphones on, they were driving me insane. But I agree, the music was good.
It was definitely good. It was just a little out of place in some spots, like when he's, sitting outside and reflecting on his life in the Serbian sunset. It did not need that frantic fucking beat, dude. It was a little.
Sometimes I thought it was on purpose, though. This is
And
I don't
that's
know if
what
it
I
was on
thought.
purpose or not, but I thought it kind of fit. Like it, because the undertone is ominous regardless of what's happening. He's sitting alone at the restaurant overlooking the river,
Mhm.
But it's not like a peaceful reflection. It's like a what the fuck have I gotten into reflection.
Okay, yeah.
See, and that's
I
what
can
I
see that.
noticed. It was basically anytime he was like alone and he was just thinking, that's when we had a lot of the music going. We didn't have a lot of music during parts where, you know, he was with other people doing things.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Insightful. Hell yeah. We're good at this.
Sure.
Now, I think an important thing about stating opinions is to do so with the confidence and assuredness that it's the only correct option. And that
Hell yeah.
anyone who states otherwise is obviously an idiot.
Yeah.
Well, now that we're like, I think we could call ourselves like movie critics now. So I think that's a good attribute to have.
Just unsubstantiated confidence.
Yeah. I did learn some fucking wild Serbian history this week.
Oh,
All
did
right.
learn. I thought you said diddler.
Oh, man.
Well, funny you should mention that.
Don't get us started
Speaking
on the
of Serbian
diddler.
history.
I won't go into too much detail, but because this is a very rapey movie, I think I would be remiss to not bring up the rape wars of the 1990s.
1990s?
You heard that right.
Holy shit. Okay.
Yeah, this is not ancient history, my dear.
I know. I'm so bad at like world history stuff, so
So much
you just
of it.
tell me all of it.
Well, there's a lot of world out there, and it has nothing to do with us, so it's really fine for the most part.
I know, I guess.
I don't know. I don't know how much to get into, but basically, the king of Yugoslavia died, I think, in 1980. The kingdom of Yugoslavia was like 5 or 6 different countries. Serbia's one of them. Bosnia, Montenegro, a few others, whatever. Anyway, after the king dies, all these other countries decide they want to be independent. So it's not quite a Game of Thrones thing where the king dies and everybody wants to be the king. Everybody just wants to do their own thing. And they kind of want to isolate themselves in their own little country. And they kind of elected a lot of ethnocentric leaders, I guess we could say. So all of a sudden, this integrated kingdom is now, they want all the brown people out.
Of Serbia?
Yeah. Or maybe not brown people, but Muslims.
Well, brown and brown apologists gotta go.
Okay.
Estimates range from like 10,000 to 50,000 people like raped.
And so they just started raping the people because they wanted them to leave?
Well, see, they did not want to leave. And it turns out you can't just ask somebody to leave their homes.
Yeah. Well, Donald Trump's about to show us that you can, apparently.
An ethnic cleansing kind of
Ooh, are we going to
began.
start raping people? I didn't mean to sound so excited.
But yeah, it was a literal genocide. The U.S. in 2005 had a little meeting and came to the conclusion that it was, in fact, a genocide. We're talking mass graves. We're talking...
So glad that the U.S. decided for them.
Yeah, and I mean, the whole kind of situation was kind of not handled well by the United Nations. They sent a couple of Dutch dudes over there, I think, I read. They didn't really do much.
That's weird. The United Nations are historically very good at these kinds of situations.
Yeah, super great.
Yeah, and yeah, they began this whole kind of ethnic cleansing campaign where the Serbian army was literally ordered to rape all the Bosnian women they could. We're talking literal rape camps. Some purpose-built, others were kind of appropriated from hotels, schools, and these women and girls.
Homes for orphan children.
Yeah. And they would just be raped constantly.
You'd have to modify those for rape. I mean, the beds are so close to the floor. You're going to have to bring in new bed frames.
I feel
Or
like
some cinder blocks. I don't know.
I feel like raping people to try and get rid of their race seems like a bad plan. Because you're just like mixing your race with theirs now.
No, it's okay, because after the rapey bits, we're going to put them in a mass grave.
They're just going to kill them immediately afterwards?
Yeah, my seed is going to die inside them when I bury their fucking body with everyone they're related to.
Not necessarily. A lot of them are, I mean, yeah, some definitely did get murdered after. But a lot of times in these rape camps, they would hold the women and rape them every day until finally they got pregnant, and they would hold them in the camps until just about the time to give birth, and then they would send them out to their homes.
To like their homes in their country?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So then they're just going home and giving birth to
not pure Muslim people. It's a bad plan. I don't understand the plan.
Oh, okay. So their plan was just to water down
the Bosnian race.
Okay.
At best, it's a slow burning plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, not only were there the rape camps, they were just invading families' homes and just raping all the women there in front of the families. It was absolutely fucking wild. Like Bo said, I mean, it's estimated like 20 to 50,000 fucking rapes occurred at that time. And it's only estimated because a lot of them committed suicide or had abortions or just did not report it.
Or got killed.
Yeah. Pretty atrocious. And little to no justice has been served. Yeah. Bad time.
Yeah.
But it's okay, because the UN wagged their finger and said, tisk, tisk.
This was genocide.
Yeah.
How dare you?
That's not cool, bro.
And they are, I think to this day, they are still finding and identifying bodies out of these mass graves.
I'm sure they are. That's fucking insane.
Yeah.
The pictures I've seen of them are like layers and layers of fucking bodies, dude.
Yeah, dude.
So, I don't know.
Pretty fucking bad. And that's in our lifetime.
Well, and you know, like, the 90s weren't great. Like, that wasn't the pinnacle of forensic science or anything either. So, you know, it would make sense that progress happened later than sooner on that front.
So, I mean, do you think this is this movie is a commentary on the rape wars of the 1990s?
I guess since it's actually Serbian movie makers, my guess is it's obviously influenced by that.
That's what I was going to say. I don't think it's a commentary on that. I think maybe it's like the aftermath. Like, you know, this is what, 10 years later? Well, 10 to 15 years later.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to talk too much shit about Serbia. I mean, I think if you dig a little bit into any country, you're going to find atrocities left and right.
Yeah.
There's not a kingdom or country or anyone with a form of government in place that doesn't have just the shittiest history.
Yeah.
Because it's all comprised of people, and we've been shit from the get-go, so, you know.
That's just like when you make like a rape movie and you call it a Serbian film.
It does feel a little direct.
Yeah.
They do kind of mention this, not directly, but the director, the antagonist of the film, who is a self-described, you know, director or whatever, goes on a rant or soliloquy, if you like, about this is a country of fucking, you know, a country full of kindergartners that are all victims. We're all victims. They can call it, Serbians can say whatever they want about their own country, as far as I'm concerned. It more broadly than that, it felt more like it felt impactful to me because it is a real window into the very real problem that is human trafficking the world over. And that's hardly unique to Serbia. And they're honestly low on the totem pole with the fucking human trafficking numbers. Comparatively.
There's kind of like this interesting conversation happening about like if there is a deeper message to the film instead of, you know, just shock value.
It didn't scream commentary on Serbian history to me, but
No, I just caught a few little, like I said, there was a few little things where it was like, oh, in Serbia?
Yeah.
And stuff like that. And so I was like, I kind of wanted to look into it, and then I didn't.
Well, I mean, I think some people were saying it's kind of like a rally against censorship, which I don't think I believe.
That's a bit of a stretch.
I don't think there's
Yeah.
a lot of censorship laws in Serbia, so I don't think I agree with that one. And there is the history one, which I think has a little bit to it, at least.
Well, that's what I said. I think it does. Like I said, I think it kind of is like an aftermath of all of that sort of thing.
And not to mention, I think the writers and directors kind of grew up in the middle of the shit, right?
That's what I mean. These people are still alive. This is like...
Oh.
Yeah.
The director, Serjan Spezajevic, kind of shed a little bit of light on the kind of idea behind it. Because a lot of the movies in Serbia are kind of government funded. Maybe not government funded, but like grants and shit. I think we've talked about it before. But like, especially like the EU will only fund Serbian movies that are super victim porny. Like I think he said like there's got to be a little girl barefoot on the street in like a rundown place and kind of
Yeah, keep it third world.
Yeah, self-flagellating, right?
Mm-hmm.
Shit like that. Yeah, I mean, and like it was like, oh, they don't even care about the art and the aesthetic of a film.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I think this is like a Rage Against the Machine type movie. Like,
Yeah, I'd buy that.
yeah,
Maybe.
I'm anti-censorship as well. This didn't feel like a anti-censorship thing.
Yeah. And, like we said, everybody's going to have their own take on the movie. So maybe we should get into the movie.
And they're all right, but they're not as right as me.
Yeah.
So, I just don't want to be the group of idiots that talks about shit we don't know anything about.
well, I think we've
I
been doing
know.
that for a while.
Yeah.
No, we're pretty good about acknowledging, like, I don't know.
All right, what do you say we crack this fucking movie open?
All right.
Get down into the meat of it. Discover if this is truly the most spiciest of movies.
Mm.
I'm going to start thinking about that right now.
We open. We
I'm
open
distracted, you know why.
in a fucking alley or some shit.
Yeah, we open in an alley.
People are fucking.
Very quickly, we see that it's a porno. He says, baby, I'm going to fuck you up.
Great lighting, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna fuck you up.
Baby, I'm going to fuck you up.
All right, so our protagonist, we'll call him our protagonist. He does it. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Is he hot?
He's not. He's average, I think. Right?
Yeah, he's okay. Like, I mean, he's not super hot, but he's all right. Yeah.
He's not the ugliest guy in the movie. No.
Yeah, that's true. If he had a
I
regular
think, like-
haircut, would he be like not cute at all? Though.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I think a lot of it's the hair for me.
Me too.
Yeah, but he's rocking almost like a bowl cut or something.
Yeah. But I mean, I think the longer hair looks good on him. I think if he had a normal haircut, it wouldn't.
Yeah, about
He is
mid-movie,
attractive.
he's significantly hotter than he was in the beginning. I don't know what happened, but
He's
and then we
fucking
regress.
Yeah.
meth the fuck out.
No, then we start to go
No.
backwards. Then he gets fucked up, and we lose the hotness a bit.
Oh, okay.
I mean, his brother has a fucking body, though.
That's
We
what I
see
thought when they were fucking.
when he's in that mask. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't realize.
I thought it was
he
going to
had
be
that.
the bodyguard, not the brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when I seen that dude's face, I was like, "Oh, fuck that guy."
Uh-huh. That's what I was going to say. I think we need Milos's face. Is it Milos? Yeah.
Mhm.
Milos's face on Marco's body.
Yeah.
Well, Marcos has a bad haircut too. He's got like a middle part kind of thing going on. I think if he
And the George Michael earring.
fixed his hair, he'd probably look a little bit better. But yeah, man, he was rippling muscles while he was raping them ladies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, so yeah, we open on a porno, and then we pan out and we see that it is a kid watching this porno. And then we find out that it is Milos, the guy who's acting in the porno, kid. Him and Maria, is that what her name was?
That's what we're going with.
And Milos and Maria come out and catch him watching it, and they start talking, and he's like, oh, Layla called today and wants to meet me.
Well, I would like to say, they busted their, I don't know, fucking 5-year-old kid watching porn.
Yeah.
So this leads to a couple issues for me as well, too. I wonder if they're the same as what you're about to mention.
I would like to say, I guess they handled the situation all right.
I didn't have a problem with how they handled it.
I guess Milos should not have left his pornos and whiskey out on the coffee table.
Do we think he's actually? Because that's what I thought too. Is he like 5?
He's very
or is
young.
Is he like 8 or 9, but like tiny?
Yeah, he might be. Yeah, he's 5 to 9.
Well, there's some dialogue that happens in a bit that I was confused by.
Yeah, he's got wheels that turn in.
Yeah,
I feel like he has to be a little bit older than we think.
Yeah, you're right. He's probably in the 9-10 range, huh?
I don't know. Were you popping boners at 5? Did you feel the wheels turning at 5?
I didn't feel any wheels turning, but I remember fucking boners.
How young?
I don't know. I'm not good with ages.
I guess maybe I was popping boners, but it wasn't a sexy thing yet, so...
Yeah, and then it was just
more pokey.
It was concerning. It was skin-splitting boners at 5 years old.
I'm trying to remember.
God damn it.
I don't remember having... But who knows? I've done a lot of drugs.
Yeah, who knows? We don't know for sure how old the kid is. Somewhere between the 5 to 10 range.
Did you like how the kid described the sensation?
I loved it.
I feel wheels turning by my weenie.
There's a bunch of people inside.
Yeah. Well, this is later when they're putting him to bed. He's telling them all this, yeah. He said, when I was watching you beat your friend in that video,
Accurate.
I felt something strange, like a wheel spinning.
Hell yeah.
Down there. Like a family of wheels.
Yeah, dude. Fucking...
I don't know any 5-year-olds with that level of like metaphor
at their
disposal.
That's what I'm thinking too. Just the way he talks, I feel like he has to be a little bit older.
His dick's doing fucking burnouts in his pants, dude.
Yeah.
It's a rough time. It's a rough time.
Poor kid.
Minute 1, dude. This movie is uncomfortable.
Exactly. Like, yeah, it pans out to a child watching a porno. Like, that's uncomfortable already. And then you find out it's his dad's porno.
Yeah, it gives skeezy
weird.
vibes pretty much immediately. We weren't all watching Skinamax and stuff as children, though. I know I was.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Well, and so my first question was like, why is he even watching his own pornos to leave them out for his kid? I feel like that's weird.
He pops one back in a bit, too, when it's time for bed.
He's always watching his own pornos.
Well,
I know,
okay.
I know we're cutting ahead a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, okay, so we know he is...
A retired porn star.
Porn star. Best in the fucking business, dude.
Yeah.
He's always hard. He has to drink whiskey to keep his dick down.
Yeah, he's just always hard. He doesn't need anything. It's always hard.
But he's
I unironically can kind of relate to this. I'm not even like trying to be funny. I get it.
But he's a family man now. He's got a wife. He's got a kid. He got out of the business.
And he can't fuck his wife. He loves her.
Yeah. But the family's kind of struggling. I think the wife, Maria, is like a language tutor or something like that.
She translates stuff.
Yeah, translates stuff. Yeah. Milos, I don't know if
Transcription stuff.
I don't know if he's really got a job. I think whenever times get tough, He does a porno or two.
Yeah, because they reference that later too.
Yeah. Now I think because Layla's been talking to him about this big gig, he's been trying to, get his mindset back. So he's going through his old porns.
Was Layla the worst actress in this movie?
I didn't have any problems with her.
She was the only one that I felt like was
she
doing
wasn't
too much.
She wasn't as terrible as what we've seen before.
No, definitely. I'm talking about for this movie.
But she probably was the worst in this movie because everybody was pretty good.
I think so too. No one else took me out of it except for her a little bit. I was like, you're doing a caricature.
Yeah, like some of her stuff was too much.
I'm the streetwise slut girl.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and also some of it was a little much.
Also, her wig was bad.
I was going to ask you, was that a wig? That was a wig.
It was a wig, and it was bad. It was a bad wig.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
Deep down, I knew it was a wig, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
You never ask a lady if she's wearing a wig.
Yeah, he asks me every time he sees me if I'm wearing a wig.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, Bo, this is just my hair.
Yeah. I'm like, are you sure? I can see the lace front. What's that thin layer of lace on your forehead?
Yeah, dude. I try to fucking... I like to sneak up behind her sometimes and try to unmask her like fucking Scooby-Doo.
Yeah. Why are the bangs sideways today?
Really, it's just I'm ripping her fucking hair out.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, he says that he has that specific video out because Layla called and wants to meet. And then he goes to meet with Layla and she tells him about the job with Vukmir, however the fuck you say his name.
Yeah.
Vukmar is what it's not Vukmar, but that's what I kept calling it.
And then his brother crashes the meeting.
Strange this, yeah?
Yeah, and he
spying.
She gives him that teddy bear for his kid or whatever, and then the brother walks up and grabs the teddy bear and's like, "Where's the pussy?
Where's its pussy?"
Yeah, what the fuck, dude?
Where's
That's a wild
pussy?
thing to say.
That's what
Whatever happened to hello? How are you?
That's the first thing he says. He just walks up, grabs the bear, and says, "Where's his pussy?"
Now, I'd like to point out Layla's fucking necklace that is just 1,000 nut sacks.
Dude, okay, so
I hate someone in wardrobe hates this bitch. Like they give her the fucking Party City wig, the nutsack chandelier necklace.
Yes. And I kept trying to look at the bracelet. Was the bracelet like fucking dicks or ball sacks too?
It was dicks. There was a dick bracelet.
They're
like,
I thought.
We're gonna drive it home. This is a cock hungry cunt whore.
Yeah, and then she pulled out her lighter to light his cigarette, and it was a dick lighter.
It was a dick lighter, not a bic. It was a dick.
Yeah,
dicks all the way around on this woman, dude.
Yeah, and know she had a butt plug in.
Probably.
I don't know how it is in Serbia, but back in my day, if you have one ear pierced,
you're a homosexual.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on what side. If you get one ear pierced, the not gay side is the left side. The super gay side is the right side.
So I thought I made this up because I remember this being a thing as a
it was 100% a thing. I even had it when I was a kid, dude. I had
the not gay side.
The not gay side.
Oh, he had the gay side. Don't let him lie.
No, because I had to feel it. Like, what's the not gay side?
Yeah.
Yeah, nah.
So, but here's the... This is part of why the kids all look gay to me nowadays, too, I think, is because they all have just one dangly cross earring on. Every little boy now has a fucking one cross earring on one side, and I'm like, fag.
Yeah.
And every time I see the little dangly cross earring, it's just like George Michael Faith playing in my head.
Exactly. But no, for them, it's Machine Gun Kelly. It's Kellyanne Conway.
It is. Oh my
it's
God.
Not George Michael anymore. Now we have goddamn Machine Gun Kellerson.
Not only does Marcos have the George Michael cross earring, it's on the super gay side.
And he walks up and says shit like, "Where's the pussy on this baby doll?"
He says, "Where's his pussy?"
Which only gays say shit like that. That's the line I would say.
Saying. Where's his pussy?
Yeah. Where's David's pussy?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, that's
God
what somebody who's trying to.
Keep it in.
That's somebody that's trying to hide the fact that they're super gay. That's what they would say. They talk about pussy all the time. Even to stuff
Not only
animals.
gay, a little gay for his brother. Because then he jacks off to his fucking brother's videos all day. I'm sorry.
Well,
I love my brother very much. I see my brother pop up in the porno I'm watching. I'm shooting myself in the fucking head.
Yeah.
That's just what's going to happen. I'm so sorry to you.
He does really want the brother's wife, though. So
Yeah.
I think maybe bisexual.
Penis
Maybe
envy.
not just gay. Maybe he only wants her because his brother has her.
Yeah. He said, I know I can just slip right in there after she's been blown the fuck out.
So anyway, he starts like rubbing all over that freaking Layla girl, and then she like bites the fuck out of his lip, and then she leaves.
He's just like fucking grabbing her boobs and shit.
He says something about plastic surgery, and then he grabs her boob, and she's like, "Those definitely don't need it," or something.
She said, I started young. I don't need
I started young. I don't need surgery yet.
Like, first introduction to fucking Marcos. I mean, I guess he's fucking weird throughout the whole movie, but
He is.
this was
He's also
insane.
a cop.
Yeah, this
A
was
bad cop, they say later.
this was fucking crazy.
Yeah, and then she drops the later fags and dips, and I love her.
Yeah, she
it's
does.
it's the only good line she had. Because I hated everything else she did in this movie, but the later fags, I was like, nah, you can stay.
Oh, man.
I like you.
And then him and his brother talk about her drug habit. Like, his brother says something like, I wonder why she hasn't been contacting her dealer for a while. Maybe she's got a more powerful dealer now or something.
Yeah.
Good old Milos is like, I don't dig too deep into my friends' problems or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
All around good guy, Milos. Giant dick too, by the way.
And then he's watching porn later that night, chatting with his wife about the job offer.
They do have some cute dialogue here. She's translating something from Swedish.
Uh-huh.
And we get him, like, poorly pronouncing Swedish words, which I enjoyed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cute.
It was.
Cute. It would be cute if you weren't watching your own porn.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man.
And
if you're a porn actor, do you pop it on? Do you watch your own porns?
I don't know.
That's what I was thinking. Like, that's weird, right?
I can barely cope with listening to this. I'm not watching myself fuck.
I get if you're one of those people that's just like really into watching yourself and you're just like filming it at home. But if you're just a porn star for your job, are you really going to just sit at home and watch it? Like, that's just your job, right?
It is a little weird, but at the same time, I think he is trying to get into the mindset. And
maybe he is.
Yeah, maybe he's trying to psych himself up or something.
Yeah.
He is the best of the best, and he knows he's the best of the best. He fucking destroys pussies left and right, dude.
Yeah.
And I think maybe you'd watch your own shit if you are the number one porn star.
Maybe.
Here's the thing, though. I don't know, man. It is weird, right? Because I mean, it's porn. Porn's great. While I think the dude is very important in pornos,
that's not what we're looking at.
I mean, I need a dude that can sling dick. That's basically it. I mean, he's not the focal point. If it's you, it's not gay.
But after the cute dialogue with the wife, then he's watching the video and she says, "Why don't you fuck me like you fuck those girls?"
And then she slaps him.
He says,
he's like,
"Well, I love you. I only fucked them. I love you. I can't fuck you, basically."
You threw all those girls away like condoms. How come you never did that with me?
Yeah. Yeah, and
you need to start railing your wife.
Yeah, you're gonna have to fuck her.
You gotta fuck your wife, dude. And I mean, obviously they have sex. We've seen them be intimate and having sex and stuff. Like, it's obvious they have sex, but he doesn't fuck her like he does the porno girls.
Well, he makes love to her.
Yeah.
Gay.
And so, yeah. And so, yeah, she slaps him and starts trying to provoke him to get him to fuck her like he does his girls on the videos. And
it worked.
He fucks her, but definitely not like the girls on the videos. This was like a fucking rape.
He flips her the fuck over, dude, and just
rips the ass part out.
Fucking starts fucking.
And she doesn't really look like she's enjoying it.
I think I've seen a tear.
Well, she's, I wouldn't describe those as like sensual moans that she's sort of eliciting.
No.
Or exhibiting.
I mean, he just got a 15-inch dick.
Yeah.
That's true.
And
But
I
it was
mean-
not like, it was definitely not like what they were watching on the fucking video.
So here's the thing, though. It's just the matter of he's got a big dick and he keeps it hard. Because he only does one kind of fucking throughout this entire film.
yeah, I did want to bring up these porns.
It's the pile driver, and that's all he's got.
He's supposed to be the best in the world. These fucking pornos are kind of weak, to be honest.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just kind of.
Yeah, he's got one pace, and you know, which is I don't know. I'm not saying I'm better at fucking, but I know I've got more going on.
No, he does the grunt thing, and then he starts thrusting harder a little bit, but it's not like much different when he's doing the videos. He'll do a grunt, and then he'll start thrusting a little bit harder.
To his credit, we do get to flip the wife back over, and she does appear to enjoy the second
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah, this almost seemed like lovemaking.
Yeah.
What's wild is his wife is also hotter than everyone else in this movie.
Yeah, she is.
That's pretty fucking hot.
Yeah, so he talked to his wife about the job offer before the whole fucking thing. She basically told him to do it. So then Vokmir calls him and tells him to get into the car outside, and Milos goes and gets in the car, and the driver's got like a little film reel tattoo on the back of his neck, and they really focus on it like that's important. So I took note of it. And then he gets to Vokmir's house and meets him, shakes his hand, you know, and he's like, oh, Vokmir says, the right hand is the sex center of every man. And he just like holds onto his hand for a super
As they're
long
walking.
time. Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, and he's like, "Oh, it's a pleasure to
direct-
shake the hand
It's a
of the."
direct line from your brain to your cock.
Yeah, that's what he says. And
make-
then, yeah, and then he goes into, oh, it's a pleasure to shake such a special hand. Or your hand is so special because it's jerked a special cock.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
I wanted him to lick it, the hand.
Yeah, after he shakes it, just.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And then
dude.
just to grab his own dick with his hand.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'll never wash my hand again.
Yeah. Super gay for this guy's dick.
Yeah, he is. They go into the meeting room, and that's when he tells him about how he wants to make real art. Real naked art. And porn should be art. And then he tells him, we know the script, but you don't. You just whip your cock out and fuck.
Hell yeah.
And he's like, oh, I don't know.
Say less. I'm signing immediately. You know?
And then the doctor lady brings in the contract. And that's when Vokmir tells him, no need to read it all, just the numbers. And he's like, I don't know what I'm signing or shooting. And Vokmir says, Vukmir says, you're not supposed to. It wouldn't be as good if you knew.
He's got wants that raw, candid fucking art, dude.
And so Milos goes back home and talks to his wife about it.
He whispers the amount of money into his wife's ear, and she's like, what?
That's crazy. My pussy is so wet.
And earlier she'd asked him if he missed the job, and he said he missed the money so they could escape or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so when he tells her the amount, she says something like, well, remember your answer when I ask you if you missed the job. And so he decides to take it, I guess, because then we see him going back. All right, Vukmir says, you know, I know that your dick's always hard. You don't need anything to keep your dick hard. You've always filmed everything in the first take. You know, all this. Just really talking him up, how he's the best in the business. He's the artist of fuck or something like that.
Hell yeah.
And so then we get the montage of him trying to get into shape or whatever. And we start with him jogging.
Training montage.
Before he starts jogging, he slaps his own ass.
Hell
And then
yeah,
he
dude.
takes
Oh
off
yeah,
jogging.
yeah.
Whatever it takes, man.
And then
Do you not do that? Do people do this where you like slap your ass to like watch it jiggle?
no.
I've given my own ass a little jiggle a couple times.
I don't
Yeah.
want to see mine jiggle.
No, I'm going for the jiggle. That's what I've been working towards for a long time now.
Yeah.
It's like a progress report. I don't know.
It's the opposite for women. We don't want it to jiggle.
I want it to
No.
jiggle.
I also say everyone else does.
Yeah, literally everybody wants your ass to jiggle, Luz.
And so, yeah, we see the training montage of him jogging and his naked meditation at home with his huge dick just out for all of us to see.
Yeah.
And just, yeah.
I would like to point out while he's meditating in the park, I'm pretty sure one of the security type dudes from the film jogs by in a black track suit. So I think he's been watched from the beginning.
Damn, I didn't notice that. Oh, and then we have his wife at home cooking and talking to the brother. And the brother's obviously super
This
into
is
the
what
wife.
I was thinking of. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he's basically drooling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like she's eating that apple and he's just staring at her. And she's like, "Do you want one?" And he's like, "Yes." And she hands him an apple and he's like, "No, thank you." And she's like, "You just said you wanted an apple." And then he's like, "Oh, excuse me."
Been there before.
And then he's like, "Excuse me, I have to go to the bathroom." And he goes to the bathroom and jacks off.
Been
So
there
I
before.
knew this was coming. I was just about to ask because, like, I've done this. Maybe not like. I wonder if I looked as strange as this man did when it happened.
Okay, I've never done it at the house of somebody, but like before you're going over, you gotta rub one out to get that clear mind, right?
Yeah.
I guess he just did what he had to do
Well,
in the
that's-
moment.
Yeah. That's what I said at the time. I think he's just trying to go jack off so he doesn't, like, try to fuck this lady right here in the kitchen.
My boners have never led me to like, oh, I might have to rape this person, but
He's a bad cop, though.
that's true. No, but I have had frantic jack-offs in like public restrooms and stuff.
Yeah, well, I mean, when you are in the situation where you are staring at this woman eat a fucking apple, and then you have the
A woman you're
incredibly-
obsessed with.
You have the incredibly awkward conversation of, do you want one? Yes. No, I don't want an apple. Best thing for you at that moment is to go beat off in the bathroom.
Yeah, go fuck off. Yeah.
Yeah. You gotta get your fucking shit together, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Milos is back at Vukmir's.
Wildervalderamba.
And he sees the three guys coming out. And, you know, they really focused on that too. Like it was important. And then Vukmir tells him that they'll start in 3 days. And Milos is still kind of weirded out about the not knowing anything. And Vukmir's like, "Oh, the clients know what they want. And I know what I'm doing. This is a serious operation. Just relax and react as Milos would. Pornography should be a live transmission of sex."
Yeah, dude. I mean, I
This
guess
was one of his first rants, I guess, really.
Yeah.
I guess we're almost getting kind of tumbling doll of flesh vibes here, right? It's like
Yeah.
once you sign the contract, there's no going back.
Uh-huh. You don't know what you're going to do, but you can't back out of it. We got to please the client.
Is this what filmmaking with Lucy is like?
Probably.
Yeah, dude.
And so then after that conversation, we go to Milos and his kid, where his kid's like, "Dad, you remember the wheels?"
Sure do, kid.
They spinning, daddy.
And then he's like, I don't know, his kid's asking him like how to control the wheels and shit. And so Milos is like telling him how to control the wheels.
Like,
And he's like, "Can you tell me how to do it?" He said, no, it's something we only do alone.
Yeah.
You gotta figure it out all on your own, man. You gotta forge your own path. And then the kid just starts sticking his hand down his pants.
Well, no, because he
He's
said
blazing
something
his own
about
trail.
like he said some No, because he said something like you have to feel them and follow them down or something like that. And so the kid starts just running his hand down. And he's like, no, do that later. That's for when you're alone or something.
We're in the middle
like
of the fucking park, dude.
Yeah.
It's
We're not trying to reenact Daddy here.
Do you remember Blind Man?
I remember the wheels, but do you remember Blind Man?
Daddy. Daddy.
Oh, God.
Wheels in my balls keep on turning.
Oh, man.
Hell yeah.
And then we're to the first day of filming. He's got in the car and went to Vukmir's, and they give him an earpiece. The driver with the film reel tattoo gives him an earpiece, and he's telling him what to do. And there's guys with like tactical gear on holding the cameras.
Yeah. Kind of a stupid little nitpick thing that I'm not even really mad about. The earpiece that they give them is a wired headphone that they just snip the wire off.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Yeah. Yep.
I just thought it was kind of funny.
But yeah, so he gets the earpiece in, and the guys are filming him in like tactical gear. And he walks into the building, and it says "Home for Abandoned Children" or something like that.
The security could be a reference to the paramilitary group, the Scorpions, that were systematically raping the Bosnian population.
I mean, maybe these guys were real into raping.
Do we think that is what's going on? Is this all just propagate? Is this all propaganda filmmaking for the fucking paramilitary troop?
I don't know, man. I mean, they were decked the fuck out, though, huh?
Yeah, they were. And they reference it a couple of times throughout the movie, too. Milos talks about, like, you know, why are these guys, are they really military?
Like, there are so many things that could be, like, references to the wars. But then, like, when I try to start putting the pieces together, they don't really fit.
Yeah. They're all round in different colors.
Yeah.
But then he's walking down the hallway being filmed, and the doctor pops out of that room and starts walking with him and leads him to a girl crying on the stairs. And then her mom comes out and starts slapping her and yelling at her and stuff. And he just watches, and then they're like, "Bravo." And the doctor like hugs him.
Yeah, dude, they're doing some fucking intense filming, man.
Yeah,
He's
they
got
are.
a camera guy behind him, a camera guy in front of him. They're fucking opening doors. Boom, there's a camera guy.
Yeah.
And 50% of those shots are useless because it's just of another goddamn camera guy. So
yeah.
But it's just Milos walking around looking confused.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And then the doctor's like taking the girl away from the mom, and the military looking guys are dragging the mom away, and the doctor leads him to a room, starts giving him a blowjob, but there's all these screens in front of him.
I start dragging the mother away, and like she's like calling them all villains and stuff. I wish I knew what the fuck was going on here.
Yeah, I don't even know. And she mentioned the girl's dad's name. I don't remember what the name was. She mentioned as they were dragging her away, like, she's a piece of him and blah, blah, blah. I don't even know. I don't understand.
Yeah, the whole mother-daughter
he just
fucking
made
grandma.
her. I carried her. I birthed her.
Yeah.
Yeah, this whole little almost subplot, or I don't know. I think it's a big part of the movie. I don't think it is at all. I think this was all just the child psychologist, doctor, who's making this movie, desensitizing the guy he's trying to convince to start fucking kids. I think this was all to desensitize him to fucking producing child pornography.
I think so too. I think it was all just a big setup thing.
Yeah, because like what follows is almost like dipping your toes in the water of pedophilia, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's like, I think he's trying to desensitize him to a point where he can fuck kids. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it starts off kind of light. It's just, like Lisa was about to say, she's sucking his dick in this room, and there's two screens on the wall.
Yeah.
And one is a little girl eating an icicle or like an ice
A
cream
popsicle, yeah.
popsicle. Why could I not think of those words?
Icicle works.
An icicle?
Just deep throating an
just
icicle.
just like a fucking carrot stick. I don't know. And another one applying lipstick.
Yeah.
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 And
Yeah, she's really sucking his dick, and he's kind of confused, and he closes his eyes for a while, like he doesn't want to look at the screens with the little girl on it.
Good on you, Milos.
Anyway, and then he calls his brother to check out Vukmir. And, he's talking to his brother on the phone, and then we pan out and we see that his brother's watching
home videos.
a birthday party video of Milos and his wife and son while getting his dick sucked by a hooker.
Hell yeah.
Soft dick.
Yeah, and then she pops up and she
This
says...
is the hottest girl in the movie right here.
Okay,
She is also really hot, but also we only have the one shot to judge it from.
I know. I was like, I can't really remember.
And the wife has really cool eyeballs and is hot profile, hot head on.
Oh,
and
yeah.
a great
She's
voice.
just all around hot.
Okay, yeah. No, you're
She offers you apples.
right.
Yeah.
This prostitute right here
Is hot, though.
very hot.
She is
Yeah.
hot. But yeah, she pops her head up and she says, "Baby, your animal's snoozing again." And
Is
he
that
just pushes her. No.
Your animal's snoozing.
She said something like, we're running out of
Dumbo's
time.
having nap time.
She said something like, the time's ticking and your animal's snoozing again.
Time
Yeah.
keeps on ticking and your animal's using Bambi's sad because mommy died.
And then the home video just transitions to Milos porn, and the hooker stops sucking his dick, and they just kind of watch
Yeah.
the porn together. They just cuddle and watch porn together.
enraptured by this porno.
This is when
Yeah.
this is why this part right here is why Chris said she's the hottest though, because when she rolls over and has her boobs out and is rubbing her nipples, she is incredibly hot.
Yeah.
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 She's got really nice breasts.
Yeah. But yeah, they just kind of cuddle and watch the porn together, and he says things like, how does he stay hard for so long? And she's like, if you don't know, I can't tell you.
I can't help you.
I can't
with
help
that.
you. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you just see him still the one move in a pool this time, so you know it's shit. Sexful,
And he's
full
not.
sexful.
And it's
Full
not
sex is
even
not
like
good.
it's not even like he's fucking all three of them. He's fucking one and just touching the other two.
No, the other one's
You
just
know?
like, ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking mediocre porns once again, man.
Yeah.
And it's in a pool. It's not good.
Yeah, pool sex is not great. Any kind of water sex is not great.
I mean, I guess as long as the important parts are out of the water.
The vagina was out of the pool, I guess.
Maybe if you're just knee deep, it's fine.
Yeah.
But then
Well, so it's not like it's, sex is, you're going to get the job done. But pool
yeah,
sex.
but it's not great.
No. Get a grip.
So, after he calls his brother to ask his brother to check out Vukmir.
Vukmir.
That's what I fucking said.
Richard
is.
Wagner.
You're doing good.
God damn it.
What's Vukmir's last name?
Vukmir?
Vukmir. His surname is also his first name.
Yeah.
Vukmir.
But so after he calls his brother, we see him meeting with Layla to ask about the movie and about Vukmir.
Well, Layla comes to his house.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She comes to his house
She's
to meet
got
with
no
him.
panties on.
Yeah. And,
She's a hardened street slut.
yeah, she's all over him. Just.
Well, she opens her fucking legs up.
Yeah, she really
he-
wants him.
He ain't even fucking having none of it, dude. He's like, whatever.
You missed this?
Yeah, well, that's what she says. He asks her about Vukmir, and she's like, "Oh, I trust him. He's so great." Blah blah blah.
I
He's an
trust him more than I
They
trust
talk about-
myself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Because
what
I'm
the
a known meth addict.
and they talk about how she fucks animals for money, and it's big money. And
Is
then
it
she,
though?
yeah, and then she asks him, do you miss me? Do you miss this? And opens her legs, and he just kind of blows her off. And she's like, you're losing it. You're lucky Vukmir hasn't noticed yet. And then his kid and wife come home from their costume party, and his kid's dressed like Robin Hood, and he has the
balloon.
Just fucking straight balloon, like one that you would fold into a balloon animal, but they didn't. They just blew it up and gave it to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a dick.
Yeah.
And, he's just waving that thing around. And then,
that is a phallic inflatable.
Yeah. And then we go to the mom of the girl, the mom that we saw being drug away earlier, getting beaten by one of the soldier guys, and he's calling her a whore and talking about how she was fucking other guys while her man was off serving in the military and stuff. And then she crawls over to Milos and starts sucking his dick. And then she just bites it.
She's sucking.
Yeah.
But first, a kid appears. The daughter appears in a corner on a chair.
That's true. She does come before she bites.
And he starts to be like, "Oh, I don't want to face fuck her in front of her daughter." But then,
yeah,
the hot security guy comes and
like restrains him.
And that's when homegirl fucking chomps down.
Yeah, she bites down on his dick.
I don't know.
And
I thought, except for the kid in the corner, this was really hot to me. Being choked out by some hot fucking buff security guy while someone sucks my dick, I am there for that.
Well, and that's what I was thinking at the time. Like, isn't that just making it hotter for him? Because, like, I mean,
Absolutely.
There's the whole, like, asphyxiation thing.
Which I've never tried, like, erotic asphyxiation or whatever.
Yeah. But apparently it's real good.
I don't think I'd like it.
I've been held down by buff dudes, though. I like that. Like Lisa, I too like getting choked. So I thought this part was kind of hot, except for the creepy kid in the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because at that point, because she bites down on the dick, and for some reason he still needs encouraged to like get her off of it.
Yeah.
Because I'm sorry, you bite my dick. I'm not going to punch you in the head, but we're going to be like, hey.
Yeah, I
but
know.
She,
he's just kind of standing there. Yeah, she chomped down on that fucking thing.
It's not like we got toothy because we thought we were good enough to deep throat. She doesn't get toothy. She like chomps.
Yeah.
Yeah, she chomps down on that thing.
And then Hottie McBody security guy is like, punch her. Punch her.
Punch her.
And then kid in the corner is also like, punch her.
Yeah. And
so
he finally does. And he has to punch her a few times before she finally lets go.
She's really latched on there.
And then she kind of sits back and looks at him for a minute. And then she just grabs his dick and starts jacking it off.
Yeah.
And like crying, jacking his dick off. And
then the biggest fucking nut sprays all over her face.
Yeah, he just comes in her eye. Some of it definitely went in the eye.
Listen, I know that crying is one of my kinks. I like it when people look sad while they're sucking me off. But that was a surprising load.
Yeah, that was fucking ropes.
It's because Buff Boy was choking him out. I think that's what did it.
Yeah, man, it was really getting him there.
Then Director Man comes in to applaud him, and he fucking decks Buff Boy security bitch, and books it.
Yeah, and he says, and then he walks out, and Milos tells Vukmir, I'm not beating women, and I'm definitely not doing it in front of kids or cameras. And Vukmir says, it's okay, she's our kid. You're like a Sunday drive compared to what she's been through already. Or some shit like that.
Well, that was about his wife, right? Because my wife fucks rocks, and he says, what does he say? Rocks and what else?
I don't even know.
He says something insane. He said, that's my daughter. That's our kid. We would never let anything happen to her. And then he references his wife. And so she's like, she fucks rocks and something else. So you're like you're like a Sunday walk in the park for her.
Yeah, he's rocks and fucking barbed wire.
That's what it was. I knew it was something insane.
He also says something like, Milos says, well, I'm not into torture. And he says, "Oh, you're not into torture. What about that midget in the oven with the hole so they could suck your dick for hours?"
And then they had the nerve to not show us.
I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, what the
You can't paint such a vivid picture for me and then not display it for my dumb brain.
A midget in the oven.
I would pay for that movie by itself.
Good God.
Are you fucking kidding me? The
Yeah.
midget in the oven with the hole for my cock?
Yeah, that's insane. That's an insane bit to just casually drop.
Yeah, call it well, you can't call it a pie because it's a midget. My apple turnover?
Yeah, that's one of those, oh, help me, stepson, I'm stuck in the fucking oven.
Yeah, it's exactly that. But,
Stuck in the oven.
yeah, but like the Brothers Grimm version or something. I don't know.
Yeah. And then he gets the phone call from his brother where his brother's like, "Oh, I checked up on him. His name is Vukmir."
Hell yeah.
His surname is also his first name.
Yeah.
And a
He's
clever
a
bit of
child-
storytelling.
He's a child psychologist who works for who worked for state security.
Until 92. Which
You know,
we know that
he's-
wasn't a good year.
He's probably the best person you've ever worked for.
The most
what-
educated.
Yeah, like what else could you ask for, man? He's a
They
child
apparently value-
psychologist. Like, come
This
on.
is the second time education gets mentioned as like
Mm-hmm.
like a testament to someone's character or something in this film, because
Yeah.
initially the first time's the wife saying, "You're the only." Maybe they just wanted the only porn star with a diploma,
Yeah, because he said, "Why would they want me?"
and now we're talking about it again. He's probably the most educated man you've ever worked with, and in my brain, that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
but to them, education equals good person, I guess.
That's
as
stupid.
soon as as he said, his name is Vukmir.
Yeah,
I didn't
You lost
believe
all
a
credibility
fucking
with me.
word.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
That's wild.
That's the most ridiculous shit we've seen so far.
Imagine my name was Bobo.
I'm so sorry. We should really get back into
Brother-
this movie because it's 9 o'clock already.
Brother is giving him the rundown on Wilder.
yeah.
What's his name? Volkswagen.
Vukmir. His brother tells him all about Vukmir. And then we see Milos dreaming. And there's a girl on the ground that's all beat up. And
It's the mother.
yeah, it's the mom, I guess.
Is this when
And
the
there's
pat
a-
comes in?
The guy, the security guy, or the military guy, he has that same balloon that his kid had earlier, and he's like motioning for him to go to the girl with the balloon.
Like a fucking traffic controller or something.
He is. And yeah, he goes over there, and the girl grabs his dick, and then he sees his kid in the chair saying, "Hit it, Dad. Hit her."
And then they do some psycho editing distortion on him to make it like slow-mo.
Yeah. But yeah, this is the part that they referenced in the parents' guide where the military guy is like beating the girl on the ground. And then Milos walks over there and like just kicks her over.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, he has that dream, and then I guess he decides that he's done. Then he kisses his family bye, and he goes out to the driveway and gets in his own car instead of Vukmir's car. And he drives over to Vukmir's and tells him that he's out.
Yeah, Maria's like, dude, you could just call him and tell him you quit.
Yeah,
man."
you don't have to go in person.
And he's like, no, that wouldn't be fair.
Mhm.
What?
Have to do it in person.
Big cock,
Yeah.
small brain.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, so he tells Vukmir he's out, and he says, "I don't do kid stuff." And Vukmir says, "Between you and kids, I choose kids. They're my specialty, my whole life." And then he goes on one of his rants.
Yeah, what the fuck?
This one is the impassioned one.
Yeah, it is.
He covers a lot of ground here. The thesis statement was that he's the. If I were to tell you, would you believe me that we're the spine of this country's economy? It's basically that we're all victims and we've got to start selling it.
Yeah. Yeah,
seems to be the ethos.
He eventually gets to the, everybody's a victim. Let me show you the power of a real victim. And then he shows him the
Then he has a dramatic
video
projector screen drop from the fucking ceiling.
Yeah,
and
he
the
does.
blinds close. Very ominous, but kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is kind of cool.
I would like
the
this
video
setup.
starts playing.
Yeah, I would use it for like Elden Ring. Probably not baby fucking.
So when they say like, I'm going to show you the power of victim, do you think that kind of relates to what they were saying about the victim porn and the barefoot little girl in the fucking war-torn streets that the EU is funding?
Yes, I think it can't exclusively just be about that, because for me, what resonated was that there is a market for this, and people will absolutely pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's hardly unique to Serbia,
Yeah.
because the same could be said about like Haiti or Cambodia
Or America.
anywhere in Africa, pretty much. You know what I mean? It's like this might be a direct call out to that sort of pandering.
This is, you get some fucking starving kid, you play Arms of the Angels.
Yeah. And you show them in that one alleyway that still hasn't been paved.
Right. Make
Oh
all
my
kinds of
gosh.
money.
Yeah, he says, let me show you the power of a real victim. And he plays this video. And there's the driver with the film reel tattoo on his neck.
And his outfit is great. He's got
Yeah.
a doctor's coat.
Yeah.
And at first, that's all we can really tell.
Uh-huh. And then it's like a suit underneath or something.
No.
That's
Nay.
just fucking
No.
underwear.
It is just
yeah.
underwear.
It is
Gosh,
tidy
it
whities and
is.
what's colloquially referred to as a wife beater.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
and there's a fucking very pregnant woman
very
on the
pregnant
table.
woman.
And
Did we expect the world's fattest baby to come out? Because that belly,
That was a huge belly.
she's got 2 more in there still, is what's going on.
That's what I thought, man.
He's
'Cause
going to get to
even,
do
like,
3 of them.
When she was laying there, watching, her stomach was still gigantic. And I was like, oh, she's going to have more babies. He's just
Yeah,
gonna
this is
keep
an
fucking.
Octomom situation.
yeah, even after they pulled that baby out, that stomach still had a bunch of babies.
Well,
in it.
if there's a lapse in the practical effects, it's that lady's belly, probably.
yeah, because
Yeah.
it was
'Cause that was
fucking
it.
weird.
That was
Because
like,
it does not stay like that.
well, also it looked like a hard shell
Uh-huh.
because it wasn't like
Yeah,
flex.
dude.
It wasn't. No movement was detected.
Yeah, so our fucking driver dude is delivering this baby.
Yeah, he is.
And
And this
you-
is a super graphic fucking birth scene, and I was cringing the whole time.
Yeah, dude. So, I mean, you're like face first in this vagina, and you see the whole fucking head coming out, and our driver dude delivers this baby.
Yeah, he does.
No umbilical cord.
No.
No umbilical cord.
Just
He
pulls
gives
it
it
right
a
out.
little fucking spanking.
He holds it up by the feet,
Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
gives it a little smack on the tush,
It's
Yep.
crying.
a pat, if you will.
Yeah.
He gets a little pat.
And then he just pulls his tidy whities down and starts fucking.
And we see this from a perspective behind him, so you can kind of
Mhm.
like you can see the motions and the baby's head still.
Yeah. And hear the screams.
Yeah. Now, I think this is the scene. This is the scene everybody talks about.
Yeah.
This is surely what put it on the
definitely
map
an
was this.
impactful scene.
Yeah, definitely. Now, yeah, I heard about this scene before I really even heard about the movie, to be
Mhm.
honest. And I think it's overhyped a little bit.
So I don't necessarily know how to give a review. It's like I know this is like a shock value situation,
Definitely.
and you don't want to like. So I'm not like an expert on what a good baby fucking looks like,
Yeah.
you know,
Well,
or if those words should happen in that order. I don't know.
we've definitely seen a bad one.
We have seen a bad. That's what I mean. Like just like objectively, this was well made or poorly made.
Right. Yeah. I just meant like this is kind of billed as like the most shocking thing ever seen in film.
Yeah, this is the pinnacle
almost.
of the debauchery,
Right,
for sure.
Yeah. And like I see so many things that are like this
Silly.
is a fucking the worst movie ever made. This is a terrible movie. I've never seen it, but
So this is where I take umbrage with it. It's like I'm not the type that's like, my line for what we're allowed to like depict or like make jokes about and stuff is so far away from center. I also don't believe in censorship, really. I think parents have the right to let their kids see whatever they want, and that has nothing to do with me, but I don't think anyone should get to decide what I'm allowed to see, type of deal. But I think people who are like, this is the worst movie ever made, all they do is they read a description of a baby fucking.
yeah, dude, I'm telling you, man, if you read the fucking plot synopsis of this movie,
That's psycho.
yeah, it's fucking crazy. And your imagination is always going to be more intense than the fucking movie itself.
Well, it's always been, for me, like, books get me more than movies do.
Well, that's why I've always preferred them.
Yeah. And so I think it's the same, like, when you're just reading what's happening in the movie, it's going to affect you more than actually watching it. Because when you're watching it, you can tell it's fucking fake. You're not,
well, that's what I was saying, is like, I can watch a thing and divorce myself from the idea that, because people who say this is the worst movie ever made probably think they're the type of people who, that they see this movie, and since somebody made it, that means those people really want to go out there and fuck babies.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
it's one
And
thing to
I don't
say.
have that ideology.
I know, me too.
It's one thing to say this is the worst movie ever made. You could definitely have that opinion, but to say this is the worst movie ever made and then follow that up with I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Which is insane. That's, yeah, you're not credible by default.
And,
Exactly.
Like
Yeah.
I've seen so many kind of comments like that.
That's wild.
But I would like to say this is probably what you would call in the video game world a gear check or a DPS check.
Oh yeah, what can you stomach type deal.
Right. Yeah. If you can't make it through this point, you should probably turn it
You
off
should
now.
stop.
This is the vigor check. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's fucking going off the rails from here.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we hit the gas pretty hard at this point.
Yeah. Well, because, I mean, you are watching this guy fucking a newborn baby and the mom just laying there laughing, and you think this has got to be the worst fucking point in the movie. But it's somehow not.
I thought it was gonna be as much as people talked about it.
I already knew it wouldn't be, because first of all, I think this is probably, especially for the times, I think they did it pretty well. The mother's belly was an issue for me. How the baby, it was covered in enough schmutz to sort of pass as like having just come out, I guess.
Yeah.
But also there was no like.
But it's not the same.
It's, you know what I mean? It's so. It gets a little silly for me.
Babies are kind of covered in like this white stuff when they come out.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. There's like that embryonic fluid going on that, it was passable. And it's definitely like the best visually that we've seen of this kind of thing so far.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
And I think because it was kind of obscured, the camera's behind the dude's fucking back, and he's just like, "Hey, I'm fucking this baby." Yeah.
Ironically, the most impactful part was when the head was first coming out of the vagina.
Yeah, dude, that whole part was fucking.
I was
nasty.
I thought that
bad.
part. I thought that part was. It made me wince, and I don't have a vagina. I watched my friend give birth.
Oh man.
Yeah. No,
I've had a front row seat.
Chris has seen it.
I've seen that.
I'm not
too,
even the
but,
dad, and I had to fucking watch it.
But yeah, this was so much worse for some reason.
It was bad.
Yeah, I winced at that. The when it intimated fucking, it seemed almost so goofy to me, but then like it also brought to mind, I was like, well, how small is that guy's dick?
That's what I thought too.
I was like, where is it going in at?
How terrible is that?
That we're that far.
And he wasn't even like struggling like we see
That's what I mean.
doing later.
Yeah. But yeah, that's where my brain went. In my brain, this doesn't like, no movie ever hits me that hard, because in my brain it's like, well, it's just a movie that some guys did.
Yeah, it was obviously a fucking baby doll, like
a baby doll, which you can buy at arnestfilms.com. Get your hands on a Serbian film, baby.
Now, is
No.
that sick? Do you?
God, I'm gonna have to buy it for Chris.
Is it like a fleshlight with a baby doll head on it?
I think it's just a fucking
It's just
solid
the
piece
doll.
of silicone.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
just the fake doll.
You can drill a hole out.
Could you fuck a fleshlight that was made like a baby doll?
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that.
Right.
Um,
I've never tried. We fuck torsos and
I
like
definitely
You know.
wouldn't do it for fun. There would have to be some
Okay,
kind of
so-
compensation involved.
I just want to throw this out there because I'm drunk now.
All right.
you would fuck the baby doll.
Well, no, but like I had thought about buying one of those like fuckable torso things.
Yeah.
And then I thought, man, that's weird, right? But then Chris is really into this meatball porn, as he calls it now. So I'm
No,
like,
that's what I'm
I
saying.
think a fuckable torso would be the
No,
perfect gift now.
Objectively, well, not objectively, but subjectively, it is psycho to just fuck like, because some of them are just like an ass.
Well,
And
like,
sometimes they're
some
like
of
a
them
small
look like-
ass. They're like small.
Yeah. But some of them are like the full body, just missing the arms and legs.
And a head, some usually.
And a head, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
literally a fuckable torso.
It's a meatball.
No,
It's
and it
a
is
meatball.
psycho. But
Yeah.
I've also fucked a bunch of them. So
Hell yeah.
I don't know what to tell you.
That baby doll looks fucking wrecked, dude.
Yeah, because someone's trying to shove their cock in it. Then what happens?
Yeah, okay. So after the baby fucking and the mom laughing, Milos gets up and leaves. He doesn't
Yeah.
want to see anymore. And
That's when we get the banger line.
Vokmir's yelling at him.
Vukmir.
Vukmir is yelling at him that could it just be that you
don't
don't
get it?
understand it? You don't get it. And then he's like, it's a whole new market. Newborn porn.
Newborn porn!
Yeah. Yeah.
Hell
Wild.
yeah.
As far as
Oh
villain
my gosh.
monologues go, pretty
Yeah. Yeah,
Pretty good.
man. He's doing it.
good. Yeah.
But little
And,
do we know, fucking Vukmir has drugged Milos's whiskey.
Yeah, he has.
Well, it's bold to be like, hey, guy I know is a sex trafficker. I quit. And then just to take a drink from him.
Right.
Yeah. And you know, when he said, let me show you the true power of a victim, he handed him the drink and then he started the video. So I feel like that was a double entendre of sorts.
Well, but right before this, he had told him, he had assured him, well, you're not the victim.
Uh-huh. In this film, you're the only one that's not the victim.
That slowly revealed to not be true.
Well, he has had drinks in the meeting room before.
He has.
That's true.
So
It's probably something of an alcoholic.
So, yeah, we see him leave and he's in his car and the doctor comes up to him and they start fondling each other. And then he wakes up in bed at home. How many ever days later?
Oh, yeah.
He wakes up in bed and he's got a bloody nose and he's got all these flashes. He's got all these flashes of like knives and bloody women and stuff, but he doesn't know what's happening. And he looks at the clock and it's Monday, which I don't know if they've showed us the day before this.
they
but-
said it.
It was
like,
on the radio.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
They said tomorrow's the 19th or something.
Yeah, like
Oh, okay. So this is several days later then?
yeah,
It's
2,
like
3
3 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so he wakes up at home and his wife and his kid aren't there apparently. And he's trying
also
to call the
covered in
cell
blood,
phones.
and so is his
Yeah.
bed.
Yeah. And he's trying to call his wife's cell phone or whatever, and it's at the house. And that's when he goes to pee, and he's peeing blood. And then he's getting like flashes of people's butts and
Hell yeah.
himself cutting his own dick.
Mm-hmm.
And then he looks outside and he realizes that he has the car that guy's been driving him in.
Rasa, I think is his name.
Yeah, I don't
The
know.
BMW.
Yeah.
All I want to say is take a second and wash your fucking face, Milos.
Yeah.
No.
Got
No.
Fucking
No.
blood all over you, dude.
And so he gets in the car and he's driving and he's trying to call everybody he knows basically, and nobody's phone's working. And then we get a flashback to what happened when the doctor came up to the car and started fondling him when he ran away. And the doctor gets into the car and drives away. And then,
But before that, it's important to mention, you should have picked up probably on that he got spiked with something, because he's at that crosswalk when the doctor walks up, and he's already rubbing his dick.
oh yeah, like he's already just, yeah.
And
And
it's
as
not
soon as
because he
she
was
gets
into the
there-
baby fucking.
As soon as she gets there, he's just like immediately like facing her
boobs.
boobs. Yeah. Like he's very aroused for some reason.
Yeah, and
as
that's where we
he's
pick up.
running away from Vukmir.
Yeah.
And yeah, we pick up where she's come up to the car and he's just all over her and rubbing his own dick, and she gets in and drives them away, and he's, still facing her boobs while she's driving, rubbing his own dick. And then we go back to the present, and he's back at Vukmir's, and there's blood all over the room and stuff. And then he flashes back to what happened in the room, where the doctor was leading him in handcuffs, and they tell him that he's been drugged or whatever.
It's amazing what a little bit of cow, what is it? Cow,
Bull
Aphrodisiac.
aphrodisiac.
Yeah.
Yeah, something.
And like fucking speed or something.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and then they've got another concoction the doctor brings in.
Mm-hmm.
And she came up with this herself, and she likes speed so much she puts it in her own coffee.
Yeah, dude.
So she's a good time gal.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's pumped full of fucking, I don't know, horse Viagra or some shit.
Yeah, and he's showing it.
Yeah.
He's showing it because he's no longer. He's becoming quite animalistic in his behavior.
Yeah, he is
Yeah.
fucking crazed, ready to fuck anything that moves.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they've got him cuffed, and so they bring in another girl.
They bring in the mom
it
of that
okay.
girl. And they handcuff her to the bed, and they put his earpiece in, and they just release him.
Yeah,
And he just starts fucking.
and then they
And
start
then,
feeding him info.
Yeah, they start saying things like, hit the bitch.
She's a traitor. She just breeds for the children and throws them in the river.
Yeah, and like all this stuff about how her husband or her baby daddy, I don't know if they say husband, but he was a war hero and she was just off fucking other people while he was gone. She's just a traitor. And, hit the bitch. And so he starts
slapping
kind
her.
of like spanking her almost.
Is this what back shots are?
Oh, God,
Yeah,
I hope
definitely.
not.
No, it is.
Damn, that's intense.
The sound effect. This is one of my only issues with sound design too. Is it's like a whip crack sound while he's like balled up fist pummeling this bitch on the back, and it's still whip crack
just
sounds.
punching her.
Yeah, he starts kind of.
Yeah, he starts like spanking her and then moves on to just fucking punching her.
Yeah, which he's basically on Viagra and meth is what we're
Yeah, pretty
basically
much.
led to believe, and being fed lines
Mm-hmm.
from this earpiece situation.
Yeah, and then they just kind of casually put up.
That's when sexy bodyguard guy brings in a machete.
Yeah, they just kind of casually walk up and put a machete in his hand, and then start saying the same shit to him, like, "Oh, hit her."
Mm-hmm.
And he does, but it's
In the
with a
neck.
fucking machete, and he just kind of chops her head off, and then keeps
plowing.
fucking the headless body.
He's not fucking any harder or slower than like.
No.
This is the one pace he's got, regardless of the drugs he's consumed. Apparently. I don't think Serbia has a lot of great porn stars, eh? If this is
maybe not.
If this is the god tier high player, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, because even on the fucking
Even
bull
on the
Viagra,
dope.
he's just kind of.
Yeah, his own pace.
Yeah, his eyes are just wider.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's
more awake.
He just kind of keeps going after the decapitation, though. They gotta fucking pull
But
him off.
yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
I think like the drug just makes him want to fuck anything. Like because before he would have been like, "Oh, this looks like a child. I'm not gonna do that."
Yeah,
But then he does because he's on the drugs.
yeah.
So I think it's just that it makes him want to fuck everything.
I thought this was actually really well done, though. The like him fucking her headless while they like try to. I also like how they remove him from her.
It was probably my favorite, like, scene like this of
like
the movie.
Practical effect wise.
Yeah,
mine too.
Him fucking that headless body, like, that was pretty fucking cool.
Well, and also I really appreciated how they remove him from it too, though. Like one on either side, and they put their foot on the dead lady's butt to like shove her off of his cock because it's like 3 feet long or something. I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, they literally have to pry him off.
Yeah,
he's fucking Vlad the Impaler over here.
Oh, and then we go back to present time. He's like throwing up while he's thinking about all of it, and then he goes upstairs to find the videotape.
Okay, that's where they are. Okay.
He starts seeing Layla's bestiality tapes, and then his blowjob tape, and he takes some of them and he leaves. And he's in the woods just watching the tapes, and he sees a guy come in and fuck him while he's tied to the bed.
Not any guy.
Yeah, I was like, isn't that his brother too?
No, it's Buff Boy Bodyguard that had him in the chokehold for the blowjob.
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
who I think
that's who it was.
The hottest guy in the movie is this guy.
I think overall probably, yeah. But yeah, he sees the guy fucking him, and then he sees the doctor coming in and drugging him with the stuff, and then Layla screaming at Vukmir for the shit he did to Milos. And then Layla being tortured. Her teeth are on the fucking ground.
And she's handcuffed to a thing tied to the ceiling.
Oh yeah.
It's
a rough one too.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, because she's on her knees, but her hands are cuffed and tied up to the ceiling.
Yeah, and her teeth have obviously just been pulled.
Yeah. And she is covered in blood.
Mm-hmm.
Layla is talking to Vukmir, and she's saying, like, dude, you should have just fucking kidnapped this kid and cut his fucking ear off or something. Yeah. He would have fucked anything.
Mm-hmm.
Now that you drugged him, you've compromised the whole art project.
Yeah.
Which I thought was just kind of a fucking weird thing to say.
That was a weird thing to say.
Listen, it was also said by her, and I'm here to tell you, she's just not good at delivering.
Well,
she's just not good at lines.
And so then we see Layla with her teeth freshly pulled out and covered in blood, and the military-looking guy starts fucking her face.
It is the perfect height.
And, it's not like she can bite his dick to get him to stop.
I bet you
just keeps
going. I bet if you have the will, you can gum down a dick pretty hard, I'd imagine. But
maybe, but like with freshly pulled teeth, that would be pretty fucking difficult.
Well, see, at this point in my having been tortured, I would already be like my will to survive would be so sparse that I think maybe my body would have just ejected my own soul, if that exists. I don't think I would know. I don't think I would still be present for the experience.
Maybe.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm just not that invested.
You kind of know what these people are all about, so it's like, just fucking gum his duke to death, dude. Just do it.
Well, or that, because that's the other alternative. Or I'm going to make this so wild for everyone involved. Like, because either way, I know I'm dead. So hopefully, and probably realistically, I'm going to go down gumming.
Yeah.
And I don't know, maybe she was trying and he just wasn't affected, but
yeah,
it wasn't working, obviously. And he just keeps fucking her face, and then he starts holding her nose so that she can't breathe at all until she finally just suffocates on his dick.
Is this Marcos?
I don't know if no, because he's got a different build.
Yeah, no,
I think.
Is this the mask?
Same
guy?
mask.
Is it
Same
the
mask.
guy? Because
Oh, does he have the mask on? I didn't even realize.
Okay,
then
and
it
so
is.
that's what
It
I
for
was
sure
gonna
is.
say earlier. I know that there was another part with the masked guy.
I forgot that this was. I forgot he
um,
was masked in this, or I didn't even notice because I was so focused on her. I guess.
I guess I didn't note it in my notes here, but yeah, there was
It for
another
sure is
part.
then, and I'm only confident saying that because this movie maker is very into like those kind of character
Mhm.
clues.
Yeah.
So far, so
Yeah, if
that's
this is
definitely
the
the
part,
Marcos mask.
if this is the part with the masked man, then it's
just-
definitely Marcos.
It's just hard to tell because the guy's kind of got a strange body.
Well,
I
that's
know,
what I was
can't
gonna
tell
say.
if it's the same
It's not
body.
built. It might not be
Yeah.
the same actor, but it's definitely not the same actor because those guys have different bodies. Marcos is fucking got a nice body.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Layla's face fucker is that's not how I would describe him.
I don't
Or
know.
maybe he's got a hunchback of Notre Dame to get it in her. Maybe she wasn't the perfect height. I don't know.
I'm just assuming that they kidnapped Marcos and shot him up with these drugs, and that's why Milos can't get a hold of him. Because he does call him the first time, and I think maybe they like trace the call or something.
No, see, I think Marcos is 100% in. He's in the group.
Well, I could see it. I could see it being either way, and it's a net neutral. But
I know.
my guess would be that he's not in on it, but that he didn't require any encouraging.
He's a fucking dirty cop. And he said, oh, his name is Vukmir. Okay, dude.
Yeah.
So you think he was lying about that too?
Yeah. Nobody
Okay.
is named Vukmir.
He did go out of his way to sort of sing the praises of a guy he's never met,
That's true.
whose name is Vukmir. So I could see it being either way, and like I said, it doesn't really impact the story either way for me.
Yeah, it doesn't.
He's a piece of shit, even if he was drugged.
But yeah, anyway, so after Layla dies, then Milos is getting flashes of his wife yelling at him to get away from her. And then he's watching a tape of him with the girl and the older lady. And the older
This one
lady's
was
like,
wild.
yeah, the older lady's like, God brought you to us. You have the honor of giving this girl a virgin's communion to make her a woman, just like my late father did for me.
Yeah, because this is like the mother of the guy that was married to the
Yeah.
or something. I don't know. I guess all
Yeah,
these
it was
people
like,
are
it's
related.
the girl's grandma somehow, I'm assuming.
Yeah, this is the little girl that was featured in
Yeah,
all the...
and
The
because
Weird
the one
popsicle
that
eating scene.
yeah, because the one that Milos decapitated had brought shame on their house, and
Yeah.
Rhaegon was a Rhaegon. That's House of Dragons. It wasn't our name. I can't remember what it is.
Nah,
though.
It was
no,
like
but
Rico or something.
it's
Reiko. I think
he
it was
a
like
warrior.
Rieko.
He was a warrior,
Yeah, he was.
and he was supposed to come home and fuck his daughter,
Yeah, but
like
he
my dad
doesn't.
that he did for me.
Yeah.
What is going on here, dude?
Yeah, I don't.
Stupid shit. It's fucking.
Yeah.
It's fucking puppet bullshit from our child psychologist. I guess they were just trying to drive home the weirdness.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
And we get the least effective scene in the film, maybe. This part's straight out of a fucking, like cartoon.
Because Milos, even in his drugged out state, he's
Uh-huh.
still not down for this, man. He's not
Yeah.
going to fuck this child.
Yep.
So he basically holds his own dick hostage.
He does. He's like, I'm gonna chop my hard dick, which is still huge and hard.
Yeah.
Grabs a fucking butcher knife or whatever and holds it to his dick's throat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it kind of works.
Yeah, because they're like,
Because they pause.
Everybody, the director and the film crew is like, oh shit, don't do it.
They pause long enough for him to jump out a window and run away.
Yeah, this window bit is hilarious.
It is hilarious.
Because then he like just sort of feverishly looks around and then just headlong through the window.
Mm-hmm.
And
Vukmir's like, why are you guys standing here? Go get him.
Our film
this is straight out of a
away.
fucking... Yeah. That was a whole, like, cartoon.
Yeah, it was.
It's important to mention all the, like, just aimless driving that we keep cutting back to.
Yes,
as
so
well.
much driving.
Yeah, because this whole time Milos is trying to put together the events of the last 3 days.
I get that it's
We're
just him driving from
flashing-
location to location, I guess, but...
Yeah, we're just flashing back. Each new location he goes to, he gets a new flashback of what happened apparently 3 days earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we get more driving, and he gets to a house, and he sees a girl outside. And he flashes to himself running away after he jumped out of that window. And then he runs into a convenience store, and there's a butcher in this convenience store.
Listen, stores in other countries are set up different. I am going to say that.
It just shocked me.
Well, and this convenience store's full of fucking hotties, dude.
Well, and like just so much porn.
Yeah. Like, I don't know if this is just the wildest convenience store ever, or if we're seeing like the drugs talking.
Yeah, maybe.
But this butcher is like basically naked except for a butcher's apron
And just
chopping meat.
shit. Yeah.
The clerk at the convenience store is fucking some hot girl.
Mm-hmm.
There's pornos everywhere.
Yeah.
No, this seems really normal to me.
And then he goes to a payphone and calls his brother to come pick him up. And he goes and waits in an alley for his brother. And two guys are like harassing a girl that's walking by in very little clothing. And he's just hanging out in the alley, jacking off to this scene that's unfolding in front of him.
But he's doing it in, we'll call it an Asian crouch.
Yeah, it's very strange.
And his pants aren't necessarily undone enough
Nope.
to make room for the masturbating of the cock. So it's just like
because his is gigantic.
Yeah, so it's more just like a vigorous head rubbing.
Yeah.
Of the protruding penis.
Yeah.
The two guys that are harassing this girl.
Uh-huh.
They're
They've got
like,
some weird lines, too.
yeah, you shouldn't be fucking dressing like that if you don't want to get fucked.
And they say something about her being underage.
She's like, yeah, so what? I'm underage.
Yeah, and that's when she takes offense. She's like, you can call me a skank slut, but don't call me young.
Yeah, don't call me underage. And I fucking get that, and I know you do too.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
I know.
This might be what you call slut shaming, but that woman was dressed like a prostitute. Okay,
we've been slut shaming since minute one in this thing.
We have.
And then Milos is in the fucking alley just beating off to the whole scene happening right now. And the two dudes take great offense to that.
Yeah,
like,
they finally notice him.
What the fuck is wrong with you, dude?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, a bit of inflated moral superiority here on these two. Granted, they weren't actively whipping their cocks out and slapping the girl with it, but I guess really neither was Milos. He was just rubbing one out.
Yeah.
He did look like a whole creature trying to do it, but
at least minding his own business.
Yeah.
I mean,
he could have been polite and gone to the other side of the dumpster at least, though. He was barely in the alley.
Left to their own devices, those two dudes were probably going to rape that woman. They just got distracted
that's my guess.
with fucking Milos beating off in the garbage.
And she stayed to watch, so she's probably still got raped.
Yeah.
Because then he just got their juices flowing. Oh, no, because
and
they didn't get raped because then bodyguard comes.
Oh, yeah, that's true. They start beating up Milos, and then the driver with the film reel tattoo, he pops up and
immediately
immediately kicks those two guys' asses. Yeah,
he fucking neck snaps them.
He does.
Yeah,
and he grabs Milos and puts him in the car with Vukmir, and Vukmir says something like, Milos is his he-goat.
Hold on, Liz. Before you fucking get...
Okay.
That's a whole thing. That's very important.
Well, this is...
Yeah.
He goes in another...
Yeah, I was like, he goes on a
monologue.
rant. Yeah.
Our fucking dude that fucking neck snapped these guys, throws Milos in the fucking car, and then he starts undoing his fucking belt and pants and shit like he's gonna fuck these two dudes that he just killed.
I did think that... yeah.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I forgot about that.
And then Vukmir fucking leans out and was like, dude, come on, let's go.
Reel it in,
Yeah.
bud. You're doing too much.
You don't have to fuck everyone.
He said, but they're warm still, boss.
All right, now take me
He
to the
should have
fucking...
let him fuck the Dead Alley Boys.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't have a lot of notes on this. I just know that we get in the car with Vukmir and he goes on some rant. And it kind of ends with Milos his he-goat.
All right, well...
He's
you
talking
see-
about like goat cheese and milk and shit, isn't he?
Oh,
I'm talking-
okay, yeah, because I didn't write it in my... Why the fuck didn't I write it down? This is the part where he tells him that he drugged him
Mm-hmm.
with the bread spread.
The bread spread. That's yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
the plot thickens. He just keeps.
It wasn't the whiskey. It was something that he put on the bread or the crackers or whatever. It's basically, yes, he calls it fucking bread spread.
No, I know that.
And he talks about how it comes from like fucking goats or some shit.
Yeah, I know all that.
Yeah.
That is not... No, he didn't get drugged with fucking...
That's what he originally gave him, yes. And then the doctor shot
was
him
no
up with the other shit.
Okay. We're gonna have to fucking agree
Yeah, because
to
the initial
disagree.
drugging was just a fucking like cow aphrodisiac or something.
Yeah, just to get him with the doctor so she could inject him.
Yeah, let's get his dick so
You're
hard.
telling me
that he
this fucking goat jizz?
I don't know exactly what it was. I said
I know what it is.
This is the one plot hole we're gonna fucking.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
You guys are telling me he was drugged with fucking goat jizz, and I am not buying it.
Well, you know, I didn't put it in my notes, but I remember it because I brought it up earlier and I was like, I know it's mentioned
Yeah,
later.
okay, let me tell you something about this fucking goat jizz, okay?
Okay.
All right, these monks fucking
It's
get
spreads
these...
real nice
goat
over a
weed.
fucking cracker.
These fucking goats are deprived of sex for many months, and they are locked in a shed, and they get so fucking horny that these male goats just start fucking each other. Now, at that point, I don't know, I guess you jerk the goat off, or maybe just even cut the balls open, and you squeeze out all that succulent jizz. And it's bloody, and it's jizzy. And you mix it with a little bit of milk, spread that on some toast, and it is a delicacy.
It tastes like fucking goat balls. There's no way that's good.
Yeah.
Like bloody goat balls and milk?
Okay, well,
that's
you
the
know,
thing about fucking delicacies, dude. They're always disgusting.
and you know, I could be wrong. I just know he went into this whole rant about the fucking bread spread.
And the monks.
And so I just connected it that's how Milos was originally drugged.
It was presented like an aha moment, so I agree.
Yeah, the reason why this whole thing is brought up is because Milos, he's the he-goat.
Yeah, but it's given like a fucking anime villain gives and you don't even know when I got you because I've been a villain this whole time.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Remember the bread spread?
Yeah. The fucking
You're my
bread
he-goat
spread,
and I'm
man.
your monk.
You're a fucking he-goat now because you ate my bread spread.
You bitch.
Not bed spread. Bread
Spread.
spread.
Hell yeah. All right.
That's a great
Okay.
name, though. For anything.
I know, man.
Somebody stick it on that.
Bread spread. See, I didn't even put it in my notes because I knew I would remember because fucking bread spread.
It's great.
As he's telling him all this stuff, they're driving and they get to a warehouse. And then we come back to the present where Milos is getting to the warehouse. And then he's starting to see flashbacks of the doctor injecting him with stuff. And Then he grabs the needle and stabs it into her neck and runs away again, but the guard catches him. And then we flash back to the present again, where he's in the warehouse and there's just dead bodies everywhere and the cameras are set up. And then we get the flashback to Vukmir leading him into the warehouse several days ago, saying, "Welcome to the warm family home." And there's 2 naked bodies laying on a bed with their top halves covered up. Just their butts are hanging out.
Yeah, and they're laying on their stomachs, yeah.
Uh-huh. And Milos is, of course, drugged up and just wants to fuck everything. So he goes and he starts fucking the first bigger body.
Yeah, he's like snarling.
Uh-huh. Like, they're
That's what I
holding him
mean.
back,
He's like-
and then they have to release him, and then he
Yeah.
starts fucking.
Yeah, dude.
Jackrabbit.
Yeah. Yeah. So he fucks the bigger body for a little while, and then he starts moving on to the little one.
Mm-hmm.
And the bigger one kind of starts moving around a little bit at that point.
Yeah, anytime the bigger one moves, he fucking grabs him
Mm-hmm.
and pushes him down.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but it was fucking weird.
And then we have the masked man that comes in and starts fucking the bigger body as he's fucking the littler one. And he's really struggling to fuck that little body. Which
His
is
dick is 3 feet
fucking
long.
terrible. God damn.
Yeah, that's fucking rough, dude.
It's so bad.
They start to show...
Like
Did
the
I make-
feet and shit.
Yeah.
The tiny little feet.
Well, don't they show, like, blood start coming down the thigh?
That's my
Yeah.
next note is blood. Yeah.
Blood
Yeah.
and-
Vukmir, he's fucking having the time of his life
Yeah,
watching
he's
this unfold
loving it.
with the masked guy fucking the bigger body and Milos fucking the littler body. Like, he's just enjoying the fuck out of this.
And like the way the mask is, it's a fucking white hood, basically,
Uh-huh.
black eyes,
Yeah.
black round mouth, and the way the dude looks with the mask on is like, oh,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
like he's just having the fucking time of his life
Yeah.
because I guess he is.
And it's also on top of a great fucking body.
Yeah. God, that body was fucking amazing.
Dude, I thought
huh?
that body was fucking weird, guys. I don't.
Oh, man.
No, it was like great.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean the torso was pretty cut.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like
I
broad.
feel like, the shoulders are sticking out way too far. Like he maxed the slider out on broad shoulders, to where his
didn't
arms are
notice.
like.
he has
out
broad
here.
shoulders, but it's hot. He looks like a
Yeah,
fucking...
I didn't
he's like-
notice.
I mean, I don't. That's what stuck out to me.
Okay, I will say, he could have spent as much time on his shoulders as he did his pecs.
Yeah,
And that would have balanced it out for what you're looking at.
Probably.
Either way, he's real hot with a mask
Yeah.
on.
The torso was enough for me. I didn't even notice the shoulders.
Yeah, if you're just looking at like his abs and chest, yeah, it looks great. I don't know what's going on with the arms.
But yeah, and then oh my god. And then we see just the fucking blood from him fucking that little body.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it's revealed that the masked guy is his brother.
Oh, Vukmir fucking pulls the mask off.
Yeah, he does.
And he's very happy about what he's doing.
Yeah, he is. He pulls the mask off and it's the brother. And then he pulls the mask off the body he's fucking and it's the wife.
And the brother looks at Milos like, yeah. And Milos is like,
Well, because they're still fucking for a bit when the
He's
mask
still
comes off.
Yeah, he's still fucking, but he's looking at his brother like, what's going on here?
Milos is looking at his brother like, what? But
Yeah.
Marcos, at that point, starts to come. And it's gonna be a big load, by the way. He's fucking...
Yeah.
If the noises he's making are of any indication.
Well, and then Vukmir pulls the mask off the one that he's fucking, and he sees that it's his son. And then his brother starts coming, and they're just staring each other down. And Vukmir says, "A real happy Serbian family."
Yeah, and he does throw in that Serbian again, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, what the fuck?
And then the wife wakes up right at that point, and she sees him with his dick and his son just fucking. And she's fucking disgusted, as you would be.
Yeah, that'd be a hell of a thing to wake up to.
Yeah, like, what the fuck, man? You just wake up and you just see, like, your brother-in-law just fucked you and your husband's over here fucking your kid. God damn.
It's like The Hangover, but
Oh, God.
dark-sided.
Yeah.
Serbian-sided.
And there's no Bradley Cooper to make it all better.
And then the doctor walks in with a fucking pipe in her hand and a bloody crotch.
And she's just doing the zombie fucking march.
She is. And she's obviously just been fucking herself with that pipe since he shot her up in the neck.
Yeah, she got a neck full of fucking bull Viagra.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, she just couldn't control herself and fucked herself with her pipe.
This is the part this was the plot thing that bothered me. I'm like, that's not how that would work, right?
Yeah, see, like, the
For a
first time
woman, it wouldn't hit a woman the same way.
I don't think so, because it would be like testosterone, right? Like,
yeah, because it's from a fucking goat ball.
And I don't think testosterone hits women like that. I don't know for sure, though.
It's not testosterone, it's Viagra.
Yeah. But if Lisa popped a Viagra, she's not going to get a swollen labia and start finger blasting herself.
It has to do with hormones, though.
This
like,
is literally...
male hormones testosterone, and a female is not.
This is literally the special sauce.
It's just, if you smell this, you're going to fuck.
Yeah.
This is the male special sauce.
Well, and don't forget, it's packed full of, like, regular-ass drugs, too.
Yeah, true.
And, you know,
no, I mean,
she likes speed so much, she puts it in her coffee.
That's true.
This is a very special sauce.
It was that she had obviously fucking blown herself out with that pipe so much that she was bleeding.
Right, it is.
And then
weird.
was zombie walking up in there. I was like, oh, goddamn.
It is kind of strange because the first time we watched it, I thought one of those security guards maybe railed her with that pipe or something.
Oh, man.
Well, because the way she was walking in, it looked like she was, like, accusing, like she's coming for vengeance.
Yeah.
And I guess she kind of was.
She kind of was like, oh, you fucking stabbed me in the neck with this.
Well, that's like, Milos's cue.
Or she's like, hey, fuck me too, because I'm
high as hell. I'm hot and wet. It's blood, but it's hot and wet.
Yeah, it was fucked, man.
Yeah, and so Milos jumps into action and starts bashing
oh my god,
Vukmir's head into the fucking ground.
This is what they were talking about in that song, WAP, wasn't it? Get a bucket and a mop for this wet-ass pussy? It was this. You do need a bucket and a mop.
Yeah, dude.
And she doesn't cook, and she doesn't clean.
Yeah, it's probably the wettest of pussies.
Oh, yeah. And you do need both buckets and mops.
Oh, no.
Carry on.
Yeah, you're gonna need some Clorox for this shit.
You need the Lord.
But yeah, so Milos jumps into action and bashes Vukmir's head.
And the bodyguards have the funniest response to this ever.
Yeah. They just... I mean, he was bashing for a long time, and they're just kind of
He got 7 or 8 good bashes in before.
Yeah. And,
well, they were probably confused. They're like, is this part of the movie?
Yeah, they don't even know.
Because Vukmir is always going off about fucking art.
I was going to say, to their credit, he was probably, if that's his monologue with his Hiko, imagine what he's like day to day, he'd be ranting.
God. Yeah.
And I'm
Constantly.
pretty sure the whole time he's getting his head bashed in, he's like, yes, this is cinema.
Yes, this is
Yeah."
cinema. This is art. Yeah. That's film. That's film. That's what it is, he says. But as Milos is bashing in Vukmir's head, his wife's over there just ripping Marcos's throat out with her fucking teeth.
So, okay, why did she come at him like a goddamn vampire?
Man, she was pissed that he had sex with her.
So when you're in this situation, is your thought, let me
fucking
latch
eat
onto
his
this guy's
throat?
neck with my fucking mouth?
I
I'm not
know.
going to flail. I'm not going to slap. I'm not going to kick. I'm going to mouth to throat this fuck.
I mean, I guess she was like, I
Kill
gotta
shot.
fucking kill this guy. And she didn't
Yeah.
have a weapon. So I
I
guess
guess.
she just
I
gotta.
guess. I'm going for the balls.
Ah,
I'm going for the balls.
yeah.
It's a callback to the apple scene.
Oh,
But this time,
God.
she bit the Adam's apple.
Oh my gosh, you're probably right.
On the side of his neck?
I don't know. I
Nah, man.
didn't pay enough attention.
I'll let you
Okay.
have this one.
She does originally bite the side of his neck, but when it cuts back to her, she's in the
rips out-
middle.
She does rip out the front of his throat at one point.
Yeah.
For
Well, because
sure.
then she gets a. Then they're like super soldiers. Or the hired guards are just real bad. I don't know.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
gets...
because then after we see her ripping his throat out, we cut back to Milos, and he's shooting the guards, and then he's shooting at the neck tattoo guy, but that guy just keeps coming because, he just grazes him, kind of.
because he's the fucking juggernaut, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he only kind of hits him, like, in the side.
He takes one to the fucking up in the chest, I thought.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe he does.
almost like the heart.
That's what I
Oh.
thut. Yeah.
Well, damn,
I'm
I
like-
didn't see that one, I guess.
It was like round 2 or 3 on him, but
Oh.
yeah.
Big
He just
ass
keeps
out.
coming.
They fight for a little while, and the wife's over there just bashing Marcos's head in. And then we see that the fucking film reel tattoo guy is missing an eye. And Milos fucks his eye socket, which is what we've been leading up to with all of our movies. An eyeball fucking.
Yeah.
Oh,
It has been missing in every other entry.
Yeah.
And as far as entries go,
Yeah.
we've featured a lot of excavated eyeballs and not a lot of eye socket action.
Yeah.
That is true.
We
So I'm
didn't see
happy-
them extracting the eyeball this time, but we did get the eyeball socket fucking.
The money shot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely.
And then we get Vukmir saying, "That's film."
Hell yeah.
It got so
And,
goofy for me in this part.
Oh, yeah. And then the wife has a knife and she's yelling at Milos to get away from her because, she just watched him fuck her kid. She doesn't want him
death.
near her. Yeah. And so he just kind of punches her.
He just knocked his
He does.
fuck out.
Yeah. And then,
Which, I guess, in this situation,
yeah, I guess.
sort of the humane thing to do, maybe.
I guess, because I know it wasn't his fault. Like, I know he didn't want to fuck the kid, but I understand why she's like,
I don't know. He seemed pretty into it to me.
well,
Yeah.
He fucked that kid to death.
yeah, he did, but he
I
couldn't
mean,
control
okay,
it.
he didn't fuck the kid to death. He fucked
He
the kid
prolapsed
like...
his own son's ass.
He fucked the kid like comatose.
He was foaming at the mouth and shit, but that's because he had already ripped out his prolapsed anus with his horse cock.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, dude, it was bad. It was really fucking bad.
And
Yeah.
then my next note is that we get the wife and the kid, like, in the kid's bed, just, like, laying there unconscious.
Yeah, he puts him in like the fucking basement or some shit.
Mm.
Yeah.
Locks him in the basement because I don't know.
I guess
he's still on a lot of drugs. He doesn't want to accidentally fuck her to death too, I guess.
Yeah, it's almost kind of like a werewolf sort of situation.
That's exactly what this is. I was going to say that earlier. I was like, it's giving the moon is out.
Yeah, right, yeah.
I've lost my last shred of humanity.
But yeah, he realizes, oh, I locked my family in the fucking basement. Goes in and rescues them. And,
I was like, I have a note that he tries to shoot himself, but the gun's empty.
yeah, because he brought the gun along with him, and he just tries to fucking blast his own brains out.
Which, after locking your live wife in the room with your dead son, is kind of a dick move. So
that is true.
Maybe just don't do that.
And then my next note, I'm unsure if it's supposed to be like the present time when he went back to figure out what happened or whatever.
I think
but
this
he's
is
like
the present time.
bashing fucking Vukmir's head in. Like he just finds Vukmir's body and he's like bashing his head onto
I think
the
this is
concrete.
present. This is present, I think.
That's what I thought. And then he drives back to their house and his wife and son are on the bed and he's like holding them.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's like holding his wife and son on the bed, and then he goes and takes a shower, and then he goes back and lays down with them, and he's like loading a gun, and then there's like this weird little clip of like a dinner scene with his wife and son.
Mm-hmm.
And then, he lays down with them, and they like grab the gun and position it just so they can shoot all three of them at the same time.
Which,
Yeah.
I had issue with this as well. It's not gonna kill him. It's not gonna clear her and the kid. I don't think.
Yeah, I don't know how that's gonna work. Like, is
And-
it gonna go through both and get to him?
Well, it depends on the caliber. It was a larger gun.
I guess, but that's a lot of mass to get through.
But yeah, I mean, I think
you're gonna injure yourself and
yeah.
bleed out. Maybe
I don't
know.
know 100% for sure if it would penetrate all three.
I guess they were sandwiched together. Maybe.
Bullets do fucking wild things when they hit fucking bones.
I know, that's what I mean. I was like, I know it's to be like poetic. It's almost like a poetic end.
Yeah.
I understand that. I think he should have just shot her in the head and shot himself. They were trying to be artistic with it, I think.
Yeah,
they were.
Because Maria gives him kind of like a knowing, accepting look. Like,
Yeah, like she puts her hand on the gun.
This is the only option.
Mm-hmm.
And in that one knowing glance, she said, "I knew I'd get you to fuck me eventually." And he does with a fucking gun.
Yeah.
And then
really fucking bleak kind of ending there, right?
Well, I mean, and then we get
the actual ending right afterwards.
We get the clip of all three of them laying in the bed with blood all over the bed, and the three guys that he saw earlier at Vukmir's house.
Yeah, the callback from like the first,
the first time he went to Vukmir's, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, so these are obviously the guys that this was being made for.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least the next on the chain.
Yeah, something.
Yep. Just kidding. It's not over yet.
No, we're going to keep fucking is what we're going to do.
Yeah, and so they come in and they have cameras set up. And that main one says, start with the little one.
Yeah,
and the other guy starts undoing his pants.
Start with the little one and they cut to the fucking dead little boy.
Yeah. And the guy's just undoing his pants, and that's
for this
where
kind of
we
film,
end.
I actually really liked the ending. Not the how they intimated this family suicide situation, but this end to that, the next like actual director stepping in and continuing the descent to hell. I did enjoy that.
Now you guys fuck these dead bodies, and I'm gonna film it.
No, it was fucking brutal, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Fitting into a Serbian film, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that left them open in case there was going to be more. Because this could just keep going forever, like it does in real life.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
That's a Serbian film. Got any overall thoughts for a Serbian film?
You know, it's a hard fucking film to talk about because there's a lot of crazy shit happening. Overall, it's honestly not as terrible as some of the other things we've watched, though.
I actually really liked it. It was one of the first films we reviewed on here that like was actually by way of production level and like soundtrack and for the most part cohesive or coherent at least storytelling. It remained compelling from start to finish for me, and that virtually never happens on here for me.
Yeah.
Shout out to Vilka Sky for that soundtrack. I unironically added 2 of the songs to one of my playlists because they are very good.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I can't imagine living through a country that I'm native to's, entry into genocide in the modern era. And I'm sorry for everyone that did. And I have no feedback on how that might manifest in your art.
Yeah, big time.
Also, that security guy was really hot.
Hell yeah.
And when he choked out our protagonist, I really liked it.
Yeah, I think this is a damn good movie, man.
I actually kind of agree.
Yeah.
Overall, it's a good movie.
But this
even
is...
though it covers some crazy fucking shit.
Yeah, it definitely does. And I think this is kind of one of those movies, like, you're kind of hesitant to be like, yo, dude, I really like that movie. Because
I don't have those hangups. If the entry into baby fucking wasn't so obviously not real, maybe then, but like it's one of the few parts that we get a little goofy in, so.
Yeah. I mean, some of the stuff is kind of like so over the top where it kind of gets a little ridiculous and almost comedic.
Yeah, like Layla's wig.
But of course, that might just be coming from us very.
Oh no, my
kind of people.
Yeah, my base level acceptability is so fucking not. I'm emotionally prolapsed.
This is kind of a hard movie to recommend, but I do recommend it. Especially to all you bitches out there, they're like, this is the worst movie in the world, but I've never seen it type people.
Yeah. Fucking watch it.
First of all, fuck you, and
watch it before you talk shit.
For being a bitch.
This literally has less gore in it than Passion of the Christ.
Yeah, it does, huh?
Depending on by what metrics you measure movie acceptability, Passion of the Christ is a worse film that shouldn't be shown to children because it's actually fucking depicted torture and gore.
Yeah. And honestly, a Serbian film, not a super gory movie, right?
No.
Yeah, dude.
We have a little bit of blood, but not a lot.
And shit doesn't really kick off until almost an hour into it.
No, it actually starts off pretty slow.
Yeah, I mean, weird, but not.
Well, and I think it's a credit to their sound design that the slow bit stayed as, because it kept feeling suspenseful, and that was specifically because of the sounds used. Because otherwise, like Chris said, he thought a lot of that music didn't belong, because scenically, it doesn't. But it's obvious that something's afoot because of the sounds being used.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this is kind of like one of those love it or hate it type movies, right?
Yeah.
Probably.
Or at least just kind of like a endurance test of sorts.
Yeah,
like,
kind of.
This is the one you bring out when somebody's like, yo, I want to watch some fucked up shit. So I guess you can't really convince somebody to watch the movie. But if you're hung up on the baby scene and that's all you've heard about, I say watch the fucking movie.
Yeah.
And if you get to the baby scene, and if it's everything you imagined, and it's the worst thing you've ever seen, yeah, go ahead and turn it off because you're not ready for what else fucking happens in this
But
movie.
also, if it's the baby scene, just press mute when you get to that part, and I promise it'll almost look silly.
Yeah, really.
Because
if it wasn't for the sounds, yeah.
I think so, right?
Yeah.
Because it's the baby crying, and you hear most of the baby crying. Actually, just on screen, you're just looking at Milos' face.
Yeah.
But you're hearing the baby. It's a well done movie. So just mute that part if that's what's gonna send you over the edge.
Yeah,
and I think you'll be fine.
I think the worst part is like the baby cries getting worse.
The worst part for me was the mom smiling over there like a fucking
the mom
lunatic.
just fucking
true.
almost laughing in the corner. I was gonna say I think probably like the worst gore, like the worst bloody, gross scene was the fucking birth scene.
Maybe either the birth or the beheading fucking.
Oh yeah, yeah. Beheading fucking might be up there for somebody, but
that one's the only one that gets like
that feels like
blood
it's right in our
splattery.
wheelhouse, right?
Yeah.
That's just our kind of thing.
Yeah. Nah,
that was maybe my favorite scene. If that
mine too, honestly.
All right, Lisa. I need your star rating and what the fuck moment.
Well, I'm gonna do something crazy and give this movie 3 stars.
Oh my god. Unprecedented. Slightly precedented.
I think overall, like, as far as, movie making goes, it's a good movie. It's just so fucking insane, like, the things that it deals with.
Yeah.
So, yeah, 3 stars. What the fuck moment is most definitely the whole scene. Like the whole little unmasking scene where he's fucking the little body. And Vukmir's just pulling masks off and he's just seeing like it's his whole family there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, dude, it's like for real, dude. That whole little scene is burned into my fucking brain.
Yeah, like that's insane.
Especially all the like blood and shit coming out of that kid's ass while he's getting raped. Like, I've remembered that for the last year or two since we watched this movie.
Yeah.
Vividly.
So Bo, what's your what the fuck moment and star rating?
I'm gonna go like 4.5, I think.
Okay.
I would give it 5, but there are a couple little like plot points that got goofy for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I agree with you, man.
And also it's a credit to everyone else that the only one that took me out of anything was Layla. But I do think it's like if a whole cast is bad actors, it kind of sets a different tone than like a cast of like really good actors and then one goofy one.
Yeah.
It hits harder. It's like, oh, here comes fucking Miss Layla again. Fucking bus driver wig.
All right, the wig was definitely weird, but I didn't think she was that bad.
I think she was a really bad actress. And I think the fucking costume people hated her.
There was something going on there, man.
She fucked somebody's man. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, dude, that whole fucking nutsack necklace.
God damn it.
That was a thing.
Yeah, it was.
My what the fuck moment? It's gotta be probably I can't think of anything that happened in this whole movie.
I also almost made a list of like all my runner-up what the fuck moments, but I didn't have time.
A lot of what the fuck moments in this movie.
It's gonna be the hot prostitute sucking a limp dick while you watch at-home birthday videos.
Your nephew's
Yeah.
fucking birthday party video.
Yeah.
That was
Your
sad
animal
and disturbing.
snoozing, baby.
And also that dialogue was hilarious to me. The minutes keep on going and your animal is snoozing again.
Your animal's snoozing again.
And again, meaning that we've been at it for some time and it just keeps going limp.
It
Yeah.
just keeps snoozing. It's got to
maybe-
take power naps.
Maybe because you're watching an 8-year-old boy open birthday presents. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, like, bitch, I paid for an hour. You can suck my dick. Whether it's
soft or
snoozing
hard.
If it's
yeah.
soft or
not.
hard, you're still
Oh,
sucking.
listen, I agree.
Maybe shut the fuck up.
And to his credit, I expected violence to happen to her, and it didn't. So that's
Yeah.
nice. He seemed like the type.
All right.
What about you, Chris? What's your star rating and what the fuck moment?
Well, I think I'm gonna give this one 4.5 too, man.
Nice.
My what the fuck moment. In a movie full of what the fuck moments, I think I'm gonna go with a slightly more comedic one, where he holds his own dick hostage with a knife.
Yeah. Okay. I thought about this one too.
It was definitely going to be on my list.
And the whole film crew's like, "Oh shit!" And then he jumps out a fucking window.
And then he just jumps out the window.
A lot of what the fuck.
Honorable
moments.
mention to the baby fucking.
Yeah, definitely.
no.
And the fucking just birth scene leading up to the baby fucking.
Unironically, the birth thing hit me harder than the intimated fucking. But
And
that's just 'cause it was
honestly,
smart.
when the movie starts, you just immediately think you have your what the fuck moment with the kid watching his dad's pornos. And then it just gets so much worse.
Yeah.
Well, I guess my childhood's not a barometer for anything good. So I don't that didn't even faze me.
Yeah, I was like, this is fucking weird.
That was less weird to me than him watching his own pornos.
Yeah, well, that's fucking weird too.
Lisa, how spicy is this movie?
This movie is like a caramel apple.
Oh.
But without, I mean, maybe you can still have the caramel. But I've brought it up before, like the honey sriracha sauce, you know?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So you replace the caramel with like honey sriracha sauce on your caramel apple. That's what this movie is.
Unironically, still sounds good to me.
Yeah, I was like, it might be good.
Except for I hate the texture of apples.
Yeah, I
I'll
don't like biting into apples.
I'll still eat an apple. The texture bothers me though. Don't love it.
Yeah, very not spicy food choice from you, Lise.
Well,
all
you know,
right.
it was one of those things. Like, it's kind of spicy. Honey
Yeah.
sriracha sauce is kind of spicy.
Yeah.
It's
No, I'm on
mainly
board.
just kind of a weird thing
Yeah.
and a
I
callback to
don't
the
know.
apple scene in the movie.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
We like a good callback.
Uh-huh. That's what I go for.
Me too. Speaking of clever callbacks, I'm gonna give this one a. We're gonna go with a nice piece of fry bread, but it's covered in a bread spread composed of goat ball blood and semen.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
So,
man.
Uh,
Flatbread with goat semen bread spread.
Yeah. What about you, Chris? How spicy is this movie?
I think this is a spicy fucking movie.
Pretty spicy.
Mm-hmm.
This is, I guess this is a fucking shot of fucking bull Viagra straight to your fucking neck.
Yeah. Oh, and you can taste that too when you get a shot of that. You can taste it in your throat.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, man.
All right, all that's left to do is slot this in to our leaderboard. Lisa, where's the Serbian film falling on your leaderboard?
Well, I gave it 3 stars.
You did.
And I have also now rewatched this movie. I've watched this movie 3 times now, which is more than any other movie on our list.
Hell yeah.
But it's still gonna go below August Underground.
I knew it. I was like, it's still going to go pretty fucking low.
Yeah, it's gonna go low. It's gonna go low. I made a joke, like I have to put it at the top of my leaderboard because I've already watched it more than any of the other ones.
That's okay. When they go low, we go lower. Man, my laptop ladybug is really hanging in there.
All right, new number 12 for Lisa.
Yeah.
Where's it going for you, Bo?
It's going to go right underneath Daddy for me. And it should reasonably go above Daddy, but I really enjoy the like stylized campy elements of Daddy, and this one is just a different genre.
Yeah. Where's it going for you, Chris? It's a hard one.
It's a damn good movie, and I really like it, but it's a tough fucking rewatch, dude.
Yeah, you don't really want to rewatch it.
I'm so over-influenced by soundtracks, it's not even funny, because...
But honestly, Daddy's a fucking tough watch, too, dude. Somehow Daddy's a little bit more disturbing.
It is, kind of.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
It's far more relatable is why. It's more disturbing because that's a more accessible storyline than this.
Yeah, Daddy's definitely kind of grounded in reality.
Yeah, like, I mean, tons of people can relate with being molested by a parental figure. Not many people can relate to
ass blasting
their dad being well, their dad being fucking drugged till he rapes them.
Yeah, dude,
until
with
they're
a 3
bleeding
foot
out their
fucking
ass.
dick.
At least he had a dad.
God damn it,
Nah,
we're
man.
so terrible.
Daddy's a heavy fucking movie, man.
It is.
Really
I agree.
is.
I know it is.
Anyway, I'm gonna put Serbian Film as my new number 4.
Hey.
Damn. You guys both have it at number 4. I have it at number 12.
Me and Bo are fucking always synced up, man.
I'm very curious. Where is Daddy on my list?
19.
19. Yeah. And you guys have it very high on your...
Yeah, Bo and I are ever so slightly differing on a few things, but...
Most of the time, you're right there.
Yeah. Well, that's going to do it for our A Serbian Film podcast.
Yeah.
That's it for this week.
Yeah. Tell us what we're watching next week, Daddy.
Well, one update that I forgot to give during the beginning of this podcast is we have another listener request.
Oh, okay. What is it?
This one.
What is it, Daddy? I know. Should I keep saying Daddy?
Yeah.
Now?
I think
this request comes from our Instagram. If you're not fucking on it yet, get on it. Make your request there. Chat with us. Tell us how many dildos are too many. What's a good word for vagina?
Vagine. Vagine Levy.
And just any other questions we have asked in our podcast. Go listen to all the podcast episodes and answer our questions.
Do we have a soul?
Anyway, this request comes from our friend Hexylox.
Well, I don't know them.
They recommended Black Metal Veins,
Uh-huh.
and they also contributed to our Sam Hill interview with
Is
a question.
Hexylox hot?
Don't know. I've never seen a picture.
It's a hot name.
Yeah. Our next movie is a request from our friend Hexylox. They recommend 0 Day.
Horizon Zero Dawn. Great game. Do recommend.
God damn it. I almost did fucking Horizon Zero Dawn and fucking INT.
Oh no. The power.
This is 0 Day from 2002. It is kind of
another hard-hitting movie.
This one's a documentary, right?
I don't think it's a documentary.
It's not, actually. A lot of
right.
people...
I forgot that caveat you made. I forgot.
Yeah, a lot of people seem to think that it is. like a documentary completely based on Columbine, but it's just influenced by Columbine.
It's based on a true story.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's one of those kind of movies.
I'm gonna hate this.
It's
I'm a little scared.
It's a movie based on the Columbine shooting. Very fucking spicy.
Good
Thanks,
for the
Hexy
family.
Locks. Yeah. High rating on IMDb, 7.2 out of 10.
Yeah, well, I've read those fucking comments, so I know they're a bunch of fucking idiots.
Can't wait for that one.
Yeah, next week, another.
Got another spicy boy.
I know. I feel like we're branching out from the gore porn, and I'm not sure if I like it as much as I complained about it.
Join us next week when we cover fucking Zero Day.
Yeah.
That's it for this week's thrilling episode of What the Fuck Are You Watching? Say bye, bitch.
Bye, bitch.
That's damn good.
Did you think this podcast was as good as instant noodles? Or is it more like a cobalt blue tarantula? Leave us a rating and review wherever you're listening to this podcast at. Get in touch with us at WTFareyouwatchingpod@gmail.com, where you can leave reviews for the movies we've been watching, recommend other movies for us to watch, or leave any questions or comments for us to answer. Either way, thanks for listening.